but Zeus is taking that opportunity to dap him up. So, you know, multi-purpose, because it's definitely time to get stretched, to get woken up. I guess if you're Yeki, you got to get pretty limber to get that close to your monitor. It's like touching his...
Yeah.
His
you gotta stretch your neck. Get those neck stretches rolling. So we could have a really intense best of 3 ahead of us here. From what we got out of 9Z, they want to continue to bring that level, and it's going to start off on Nuke, a map that they've already succeeded on, versus Mouse. And they want to bring that same level here, and they're going to start it off with a fast little ramp rush.
Here it goes. Yeki will take the first, as Martinez was fully blinded. How is he still alive? Blade comes out, but it doesn't find it. It's the pistols instead, all just onto Max. Now he's flanked up. He knows there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. Everyone else has been dealt with. It's all on you, Max. And he's being tickled. Tickled with pistol bullets. Twist into the fray. There's no escape here for Max. Snaf will find the final shot. That's a good ramp hold for Liquid. There's a smile. There's a smile. That's what I want to see.
I think he's laughing because of how just unreal that sequence was. How long he was able to survive in that corner. And at least avoided the knife kill. I think they killed him with the Glock just to see the back shots were coming through.
They're hollering just after the pistol round. They were I think that was Twist hollering.
I like that.
Back across over at 9Z. Trying to get their heads.
Trying to rattle them.
Certainly no bomb plant here. So no force buy. Not even any cheeky deeks. I'm taking a page out of the Monty book. What? Where was
started off with the Glock?
Where was that? That was a push into hut, I think? That has to have been a hut push from Katie.
Wow, how did he just lose that, though? I didn't even hear him shoot either.
And he didn't get an assist, so it's not like there were...
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you can tell I caught our observer unawares. Wasn't quite expecting that timing.
Understandable.
Understandable indeed.
And now they got an MP9 to use, so it's at least a tool to work with here. Naf's keeping his distance very effectively, but he's used all of his ammo right now. He's getting chased down. Yekindar's a little bit too far removed from the situation to try and offer up a lot of coverage, but there you go. Naf eventually able to start connecting and eventually just stays alive. Hangs around just long enough. 7 HP before the cavalry on the scene here, and there's no way Martinez is going to add any more to his tally.
Look, you know, we may not know.
You try and get, you saw the body right there. It was on top of Blacktop. He was trying to go on T-roof or something?
I guess he was trying to yeet up the ladder?
Yeah.
He was trying to yeet up the ladder.
We're hunting eeks.
Oh, boy. Okay. That's a little cheeky.
Look at that.
Martinez is enjoying that one. What you doing there, Cadian? What you doing, bud?
You love ecos.
Oh, boy. That might have been a bit overzealous. But I will say, you know, we may not know who the 5 are going to be for Liquid after this event, but I'll tell you one thing that I know. So Naf's going to be a reliable piece, just plugging away whatever it winds up looking like.
I mean, Naffers are always naffing. No matter what the situation is for Liquid. They got some scaling utility already, and the flashes are so well timed, so explosive from 9Z into the site. Only a single casualty, but they start to add more on the extremities. Now for the extra one as well, so before they plant the bomb, at least it's a man advantage for Liquid.
Oh, the clear back in from Katie and trades himself out, but deals with the hut player. They've got information on the next as well. That nade pop distracts. Twist can capitalize. It was actually just bait, and Nav comes in for the finishing blow. Great response from Liquid. That actually looked very good for 9Z for about a moment, and maybe just not quite that extra smoke or a fast enough take. Whatever it was, it just unraveled.
I mean, what went so well right there is a very quick to react defense right there, because they have way too little resources on that A side. I mean, proper bomb site defense. They had a player top hut and a player smoked out mini. Unfortunately, Twist was actually able to find a pick before things got too far out of hand. Before the smokes bloomed. And 9Z definitely didn't realize how open that A bomb site was after they found the initial pick. But look at that, man. Martinez with the scout. A specialty for you, Yekindar.
This guy
keep feeding them.
Some shine to him. Martinez, you know, leaving Spain, coming to South America, swapping continents to come compete. Something some of the Liquid players can relate to. Enough constant thorn in his side, in everyone's side. Skulls is under pressure. Skulls has to know this is a tough spot. He's got to pick which way he's going to fight, but he's going to succeed. Keeps them off, and that allows Twist to work his way up secret and collect all on the DGT now. And he's been read, he's been dealt with, he's been eliminated as Liquid keeps the 4-0 run going.
Nice work right there. Again, it's Liquid that are springing into action. They're able to, off the back of losing a man advantage, get a lot of extra health towards that outer yard before things get too far out of control.
I don't think he enjoyed that.
No, that's not fun.
You got the nice scout headshot, but...
No more.
Martinez, you know, he speaks with his hands. That's good. That makes for a good player cam shot. That's what you like to see. Emotive players. So I'm going to guess a lot of Cadian cam shots and a lot of Martinez cam shots in this particular match of Counter-Strike. Pretty spam?
It looked like
not just yet.
Off the back of that lobby control, Caden was getting very vocal on the cameras, so either trying to communicate to rotate down in towards that lower site, which actually hasn't happened a whole lot for Liquid. Finally is just now coming through, but it could be a little late onto the scene here, potentially. Naf and Twist are both going to join forces here on that lower site, set up a crossfire.
It's a Canadian stack.
Yeah, and those are two tough players. That's not who you want to deal with.
No. No, this is the Iron Maple Leaf, they call it. You're not getting into their site. Not without a fight. The Iron Maple Leaf, the Syrup Curtain. We can workshop it.
I like them both.
We can workshop it.
Two great lines right there. But they're going to look to converge right there, and not as slow as Maple Syrup. Looking to hunt these two players down. They isolate him, though. Naf is out in the open. Wasso Peak able to give him some quickness, and Twist still not flushed out just yet. Finally a Molotov, but he just smokes himself out. So calm, cool, and collected as Cadian finds the kills. And it's just Buddha left last man standing. Maybe the right player for the job, but getting closed out on so many different locations. Got the bomb out, a little bit of indecision there, and just a flank to cap it off for Skulls. Liquid, they're on a spree right now.
Oh, they are indeed. Ooh, Skull shaking his head. No way. No way. It's not getting that. It's not getting past me. When the defense was good, it looked a little bit awkward in towards the rat hole fight. You know, once they lose Naf, you're thinking maybe this is going to start to fall apart, but Cadian's there in time. Again, those rapid rotations, those rapid responses that we were talking about in that upper hit. You're just seeing it again and again. And, of course, we get the Martinez and the Cadian shot.
Yeah.
Thank you, production.
Some good reads.
Pros out there.
Soul reads.
It's the first three letters of, you know, production.
Sure. Production.
Hey. Pause is going to come through from 9Z because, well, this is not gone to plan.
I need some adjustment here. Again, we're able to really shut out Mouse. I mean, again, didn't allow Mouse to get their heads back in that second half on this T side there. And I think that's a big deal because you pick up a little bit of momentum and then you hop into a T side and it's like, oh, this is scary. Can we actually close this out? Versus a team like Mouse at a group stage, and they did. They had the answers, they had the replies. Sometimes these T sides for 9Z, they're a little individualistic. Requires some big moments, some big players to step up, and when that's missing, what do you have to fall back on? That is a bit of a double smoke there, and Cadian has free range.
Oh no.
Oh, that is
I want to test that one.
Big
Jeez.
oopsie.
Time to audible. Maybe make the mini play instead. You're not getting down secret. There's a spot for Naf, trying to avoid faltering. Nice find early for the op outside. Cadian thinking, swing me. Swing, give me one more. And Huaso Peak will do exactly that. Not sure there's a whole lot more to get out of this round, but they will try and squeeze blood from a stone. The lower side's still exposed. It's just Naf.
And it's just Naf in the back of the silo. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of rotates here, so he is just going to need to land these kills. Otherwise, they can set up into post plants here, and he misses. He misses an opportunity. So now we have a chance here for a bomb plant. We have another gun retrieved. An opportunity for 9Z to get on the board.
Is Twist trying to deny this? It's a little too late. Oh, but they stuttered it. They stuttered it, and that might actually cost them if they pop the door. No. Liquid will respect it. YEKINDAR just gives up a footstep, and that costs him his life because DGT is zeroed on in. The nade also indicates, well, Gideon's right behind him, trying to fight this out, trying to brawl around. The wrap from Martinez. They're applying pressure. They are squeezing. Buddha collects, but Skull's still here. Still, KD needs to back them off. They know where the last is. They know he's dancing with death, and KD will eventually collect. That's the closest round we've got yet, and that was a 3v5 where it looked like they might just be totally shut down.
Yeah, they maybe placed a little too much faith right there in Naf and his ability to multi-kill. Understandable, but when there's no one down towards that lower site and you ever allow for someone to establish a post plant here on this B side, if you give him time to get into these positions like DGT is right there, rounds can actually complicate very quickly. Doesn't matter the man advantage, doesn't matter the situation, you can just lose out those duels. But a little redemption there. Skull is able to keep things contained, and Canadian eventually connects. Damage done though right now to Max. Guy that loves to take these out of yard duels, try and contain space, and honestly an IGL that can find opening duels just like this.
YEKINDAR shut down on the space taken.
Oh man, DGT down the vents already.
That's huge. That's huge. I don't think they know, because you'd imagine Nap would go back to clear it if he knew. Oh, this could cost him his life. This could, it absolutely will. Knife out. No. Wow.
No way.
How? DGT. No. No.
Oh.
How has he survived? How has that gone unpunished? And now NAF controls. They've gone for the old switcheroo, and Twist can't capitalize. It should have been locked in. And Skulls has been lost as well. This round has gone insane. It's been turned on its head. How do you read it? I don't know. They don't know Cadian's back here. They don't know Cadian's back here, but now they're going to find out that utility's not set up for him. He's going to fight forward. He's going to collect. Martinez is still posted on heaven. Never expected that play in his life. Not a million years. And now they can't even get the bomb down. Cadian. Known for these big moments. Known for these big plays, and he's going to get active. 2 in the gun still. He might just intercept Buddha on course for this.
No way.
Hit it. A quick scope on. The rifle picked up. Cadian with everything on a string. And just DGT to find. 25 seconds. Cadian looking to lock in this play. Now still as an added threat. And DGT. Oh, he takes a bullet, but it's not a headshot. So DGT, the wrap back around. But does he ever expect NAF to be here? Because Mr. Nasty F himself is ready and waiting. The patience pays off. Cadian did so much work to set that up. And NAF just had to put that right.
and think about how it starts right there, because NAF gets away with his life right here up against DGT
right
around the vents, and then NAF goes and punishes him in the 1v1. For it all to end right there. Oh man, I mean, what a disaster for 9Z. Just felt like a breakdown in the communications, and DGT just about saves the day, but it's not going to matter. You're just going to remember that 4v2 that you lost. What could have been here, it could have been a liftoff, but I mean, they deal with Katie in the problem factor early. DGT does it again.
A little bit of interesting positioning for Cadian. Maybe trying to take it all the way to the bank off of that last one. Another trying to get up ladder situation, perhaps.
Yeah, you're heated up right there, and that's the overheat.
Well, you overheat sometimes.
Yeah.
But, you know, look, they deserve their heat right now. 7-0, stomping out a 9Z roster that just bested the #1 team in the world on this map. Like, yeah, you got to be feeling pretty good if you liquid. Yeah, maybe coming into this tournament, you weren't circling them on your matchup sheet saying this is going to be our toughest opponent, but you see who you wind up with in the upper bracket, and you're thinking, I think we'll take that.
I think as well, 9Z, this is a roster that also really likes to do some prep work. At least from what I've seen from them in like qualifiers in the past. They love to get some good anti-stratting done, but you can't do that later down the bracket here, but you can't get 2 quick entries from Max. And they've got another massive man advantage that feels almost unlosable. And I think it's just been sealed in by DGT. YEKINDAR, there's an op underneath his feet, but he still has to work to kind of contain that much. And DGT from Squeaky Door just blocks him piece by piece. And finally, they make it.
You know what the best anti-strat is?
Shoot him in the head.
Shoot him in the head. No known counter. That's I think that was a shoot him in the head kind of round.
Sure was. As you can see. Headshots. Fresh.
That's an immediate timeout called by Liquid. Interesting. Zeus is getting in their ears. Gesturing around. What's the talking here? I'd imagine this might be about the comms as well, right? Oh. That I would not describe that as positive body language. One round.
When you put your hands up, it immediately feels defensive.
No one's happy. Your IGL's putting his hand. I mean, look, Cadian did give up his life pretty early on in that one, right?
That's what I was thinking, right? It was a clear error from him, just flying through, and that's probably the concern, maybe. But you know, you don't expect that to replicate. You don't expect Cadian to do the same thing or anything like that. This
is not a roster that's having fun. I'll tell you that much. When you're 7-1 up and that's what your faces look like.
Let's see if it costs him here.
Man,
I mean, you don't want to see them from, like, just, again, a single round loss, like, lose half to half, which isn't all that uncommon here in the game of Counter-Strike. Sometimes it just takes a while to get your first.
I mean, you can look at this, too, how brittle the CT economy is, how close some of these rounds were as well, despite the fact that they have this monstrous 7-1 lead. Well, they have one smoke. They have no
$300 in their back pocket.
Collectively, yeah. This, if they don't win here, it's going to be tough, and DGT is going to make it tougher. Early collect, full outside control. They're getting down secret. Yeki with an MP9.
Oh, timing's brutal. That is infuriating right there. Turns around just in time for Max to collect.
That's a desk pound right there.
I mean, I'm at this point, depending on how many more casualties are coming through for Liquid, the positioning just way too strong. You've got events cut off. And at the very least, again, you're maybe asking for a big Cadian moment, but it all could be avoided here depending on what site they lean in. Right now, with the bomb still towards IDR, 30 seconds on the clock, it feels like A is the end goal.
They're so spread out, though. It's like, how do you even save? Even if your mind is towards saving, how do you do it?
It's going to be a fight.
They've got lobby control, they've got hell control, they've got A site. Just to get out of this is going to be tough. And Skulls is the first victim, so they're going to double play the ramp, but based on how much of this map 9Z has controlled, they might have a pretty good idea that this is where the rifles are, and they might be a little inclined to hunt.
Hey, we've cleared out the whole map, except for that ramp and B site, and you can't save on the B site with that bomb radius. So you're exactly right. I mean, maybe could have made their way in through CT spawn.
They're pretty confident. Look at this contain. Look at the play. Look, they're dotting their I's and crossing their T's, making absolutely sure no one's going to be able to slip into that bomb defuse. But there they go. There's confirmation. On they move. Molotov to make Cadian uncomfortable. He's dealt with early on. Twist knows he can't get that close. You can't do it. He'll take a couple with him, but it's going to be no guns saved for Team Liquid. The money is gone. 9Z has broken them. And
that's all they needed.
That's all they needed, Cole. The game is very much afoot.
You saw the body language. You saw the, I mean, even in this occasion, a very frustrating round. And 9Z read into it perfectly. And things can turn around so quickly in MR12. And all of a sudden, this very dominant one-sided affair that you kick things off on, and more confidence and more comfort for Liquid can turn it into sour faces.
Yeah, it's just... It's so bizarre to look at the player cams when you're up 7-1. You've lost one round, and that's... Like, I
like the timeout. I'm with you, though. The defensive-ness is definitely the scary part, or at least the body language. A little bit nerve-wracking, but nerve-wracking for Max is walking into 4 players with the USP. They just reroute in towards the A side. Very diligent on the clear. And a mop-up here up against the Pistols. I saw Max's head just glide back to the back of his seat as he found 4 USB shots his way. Just plucked out of the server.
It's a classic maneuver. Popular on Inferno right now. I feel like I first really started to see it on Train when it was in the pool. You know, the 5...
Where are they stacking on Train?
One side of the train car, right behind the bomb car on A, on the outside.
Okay.
You peek around or you go out ladder and there's just 5 USBs looking at you.
Like stop sign?
Yeah, sort of like a by camera. I'm trying to remember what the call out is for that specific spot. Is it stop sign?
I'm trying to visualize what...
Anyways, there's a game. There's a round on our hand, and it's not on train, unfortunately. Valve, please fix. But it is now finding one. YEKINDAR holding for it outside as well. Feeling a lot better about this now.
Yeah, this could be very quick. Right back to winning ways here with Liquid. Worried about the way this half could shape up, but they could just calm our nerves. They closed out with a couple more gun rounds here. 5v3, you got the position to do it. And 9Z, they're in the position where it's almost like you lose nothing if you give this round a go. Next is going to be the last of the half, so while they're patient, I think they're eventually going to spring into action here. Waiting for smokes, waiting for that last little line of utility to fade away. YEKINDAR not in a position where he can even make his smoke effective, so this A side could be diced up here, but that smoke, oh, there's a big gap in that, though. Oh, Max has an idea. He has a read. He has an entry right there on the skulls. A quick pickup, and now this site becomes a whole lot more complicated as Naf swings for the fences as well. It's just Twist on the site, and he gets dealt with so quickly. Martinez with the AWP. Another one here, and the 5v3 turns into a 2v2 within a flash. Martinez has coverage for this bomb plant from heaven. Watching for YEKINDAR's position here, exposing both players now known. Martinez good in the clutch, but can he be even better here? Trying to get baited out by Katie, and he's buying time for his teammate to arrive. YEKINDAR just going to tap the bomb. Looks like it's going to be a stick, but he's off of it. And a smart play right there. It's just Katie and never giving his life up.
Oh, boy. A scary moment for a Liquid team, though. Felt like they had this under lock and key, and 9Z came in with a crowbar. Recovered, though. Big moment for Yeki. Needed moment for Yeki. But it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of relief in the Liquid camp because they know with that bomb plant, with the momentum that 9Z had, it's this next round that might be even more important. You nearly fumbled what should have been a sure thing. Now you have to hang on to this one. It's also the last round of the half, so that helps. Because there will be nothing after it. So maybe a breather. Please be relieved here for Liquid, man.
Yeah, at least you can't get economically reset again. Close out with the, a very dominant CT side as well. 9-3 would be lovely. A little bit scary in those late round situations here. Liquid just swing around the corner. They just look for those duels in the 5v3s. See if they can establish one of those once more.
This has been a lot slower on the outside take, right? They're wary. Cadian's giving them reason to be wary. His vision's going to be blocked. He's not going to have the idea.
Oh, man.
Slips into mini. This could be a problem. Max has a lot of ground. They're aware, but unable to do anything about it. Twist now alone, very isolated. No one close at hand.
Cadian is in CT spawn right now.
He's anticipating this hell play. He's correct. He's absolutely correct. But now they know the AWP is so far back that they capitalize and apply pressure mini. Well, they missed their window. He's back in the fray.
Oh, they heard the shot.
Unpunished for the moment.
Oh my goodness.
A everywhere. He's moving. He's mobile. He's active. And he's finding results. The AWP. Just making a spin move all over the site. One more bullet in. Spots the player's mini. Calling over the teammates. Losing his comrade in Twist, but still continuing to collect. And while he will eventually give up his life, Yeki is there for the trade, and Liquid do find 9. It looked like a struggle. It looked like a slog, but they find a lead to send us to the half.
Anybody else? Anybody else but you? Anybody else but you? Anybody else but you? I don't want anybody else but you. 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 I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. I don't want anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. I don't want anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you.
A tough first half there, but it ends with 9 rounds won. There were smiles at the beginning, and then it felt like everybody got real serious real quick, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, that's how things go right there. Things get serious fast right now. And, you know, for a Liquid squad that a lot went right in that half. A very solid defense. I want to see those smiles return to the faces here as they get steps closer into the stage.
Look, I'm no body language expert, but I don't think I've ever seen Cadian this contained in any game of Counter-Strike I've ever watched him play. It just feels off, even though, again, it's a 9-3. They just need to win 2 maps here, and they're in the playoffs. The prospect is huge. Buddha, though, making that a little bit difficult still. The kill on the mini player could be massive. And Skulls is getting active. He's trying to go all the way around the world. Oh, he never expected to walk out. The bomb, it's in his face. The bomb went down, but it's all on a twist. How can he stay alive? Slips into the hop, but the double peek is too much to overcome. 9Z will find the pistol. They'll give themselves the chance here at the side swap.
There we go. Some good energy coming through there from 9Z as well.
Surely we're getting forced by, though, out of Liquid.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's 100% coming through. The economy changes, again, a bit interesting. It feels like you're missing a flash sometimes. When you get a kill, you immediately can get into the Galil. You can, get a bomb plant. You get a Galil. Your teammates can, sacrifice and toss you an AK. You've got still a lot of options when you get the bomb plant. But you will be missing that utility. No, not. I mean, they're rocking a lead right now. They have a pretty hefty one, so they're going for a half line instead.
Ooh, that is a philosophy change, because there was a time that this Liquid roster, especially early on, even when they didn't get the bomb plant, they were still going for the force, right? They were going for these very limited forces, trusting that they had the mechanical ability to make it pay off. And this is a lot more conservative. So an interesting one to see. Util coming in. Wasso peak under pressure. Forced back. He knows he's under siege, but still somehow catches a kill. Martinez looking for more out of bullets. So 2 found, but a bomb plant far from guaranteed.
They've already got 2 kills here. They're just going to look to add, I think, a little bit more to that. TGT pulling through on a flank. They've removed the A1Ss from the situation right there. So there's going to be no upgrades for poor Buddha, who's going to work hard to get that MP9 kill, but he's going to turn that corner.
Quick, bro, boost me. Boost me, bro.
I can't turn on the jets in time. Sorry, Buddha.
I appreciate that he tried.
Yep.
I appreciate that he tried.
I like the idea. I mean, I guess I feel like you could have actually made a little bit more with those rifles. I know they don't have armor, but It could have been interesting to see them still give it a go in a 2v3. It just didn't really have much tools. They know that they're hopping into this next round with a bye, so setting yourself up for this round was the whole entire goal of the last.
So that Molly's still effective. I just feel like I'm mentally checking the list of where choke points aren't fully covered off by the new mollies. That one's still effective from the CT molly, just to keep them off of red box early.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like for all these mollies, you just have to make sacrifices in the way that you maneuver around them that might expose you a little bit more than you would like.
And you got to be very precise about where you place them on the CT side. Martinez. Martinez is getting antsy. Katie on the other side of this double peek with Wasso peek, but Katie's not looking the right way.
What?
He's looking in towards lobby, all of his teammates trying to cover over towards Squeak, and he's going to get caught unawares. That's a big blunder there, and the lobby crunch very effective over from the 9Z side. Just a guillotine coming out and chopping off any hope Liquid had at this round. So for YEKINDAR, it's now about finding anything, and there will be nothing. Buddha, make sure of that.
Yeah, it's bizarre right there. I don't exactly know what KDN's even looking for at that point when you do have a lot of players and teammates inside of lobby covering all the bases. It felt like they were in a perfect position to handle a lobby crunch, but this is how effective lobby crunches can be. One kill comes through, it disrupts everyone's attention, especially if it's onto that ramp player right there. So it is the perfect route, and the energy builds in 9Z as they know what that means here. They get past their kind of bonusy round here. Buddha gets off that dang MP9 and gets onto an AK as well.
Shoutouts to Buddha once again here. Just want to give him his flowers. We were talking about it, as a big over-performance in our eyes against Mouse on this map earlier today. Maybe Texas just agrees with him, man.
Well, the thing is also, I think he had a really good opening game in Chengdu as well, which was also a massive over-performance. One of his better performances that he's had even domestically.
Katie's on the vent. They were spamming him, but okay, he's just giving him some audio cues, so they probably know now. Wasso Peak certainly aware. But there was a moment there where I thought he might have gotten away with it.
Yeah, small little gap being slipped there for a second. Then this Vince control is always very valuable if your teammates can actually make it to you through the outer yard.
Scout on top of Mini. Not necessarily the gun you'd want there. You kind of want it out by the red box, but okay. It's going to capitalize. It's not the gun that would be expected either, but now you can't really drop with this twist.
He's trying to wallbang.
Yeah, a little bit awkward on the pathing, perhaps. But still, it is twists. He does, I think, just for brand purposes, have to go that route. Canadian up the chimney and gone in a puff of smoke. Looking a little dire, and yeah, the last few pieces will be collected here. Martinez makes sure of that. As 9Z building back into this, they've got the eco flowing now. They've closed this gap massively off the rip of the halftime. Just 2 more rounds now separate these teams.
Yeah, I mean, very quickly closing that gap right now.
And we were talking about how there weren't smiles on the faces of Liquid when they were winning. Now they're not doing that.
Yeah, they're not doing that. And on the other side of things here, this is kind of the language that you might expect for a team that is scaling through a CT side of Nuke and winning. They've got themselves, getting a little bit of energy building consistently. And for a team like 9Z, especially, like, I feel like harnessing some of that energy as such a young roster right now is going to be important. Max and DGT, they both, I think DGT just recently hitting 5 years on this squad, and then Max getting up there as well. Those two guys started out so young and still were able to do so much for this team, like almost building it into a more relevant roster in South America. At this point, it feels like pressure doesn't get to them, and they're a big harness of energy here. So Martinez caught in the open. He gets out, though.
Hey. That was split second. Split second of difference of Yeki not being able to catch that. So perfect timing from him to recognize when the player might be coming around to get out of there. Still, Max and DGT tagged up. No casualties just yet, but some serious ticklers headed their way.
Space is just too good here right now from YEKINDAR. Such valuable real estate here at Wasso Peak. He's going to be there to cut it off right now. Has to slow this play down. YEKINDAR, again, he's going to contain some of these rotates, but I think he is just trying to cut off that reposition from ramp right now. Might not expect Huaso to already be past his line. And they've got to deal with Martinez with the op here next.
I just feel like there's so many resources devoted to this fight now. Martinez. This shot, though, has to drop, has to brave the flames to do so, and now might flow right into that rifle. That's Yeki capitalizing. The question is, how much of an element of surprise are you going to have Huaso peak? How confident are they going to be that there's no one here backside? Well, confident enough for 1 kill. A second as well. Huaso with the 3rd, lining up the headshots. Can't quite finish the job, but he's giving his teammates a chance. Max on the angle, deleted. It falls to 1. Up top, Twist will punish. And Huaso gave them a chance, but they couldn't get it over the line.
Oh man, gave them a run for their money here from the back of the silo. Almost makes it happen. But that round all drawn out and almost according to plan until it's disrupted here. A lovely attempt. Just needed 1 extra there, and that's always very difficult to ask right there. 3's amazing. 4 would have been flawless, and I would have saved them. But look at this again. Another timeout here for Liquid. That's their last one, right? So no more to lean on. And it still feels like this game has a little bit more leg room, especially if you're talking about if 9Z can continue to claw back this comeback.
It is. I think this is a recognition of how important this round is, though. Because if Liquid win here, like, surely the carpet's rolled out for you. Surely that's map point. You're just going to need to eke 1 over the line, and it's all going to be good. The problem comes if they can't do it here. No more timeouts, no more times to collect yourselves, no more times to think things through. This is what we call one of them swing rounds.
This to end all swing rounds here.
The swingiest.
Yep.
It's like a tire swing on the old tree. Going round and round. And eventually, that branch is going to snap. We're going to find out where it winds up.
Look at this confidence from Martinez, but again, YEKINDAR doing such a good job of avoiding his scope by any means possible now. Max ticking.
The tick? Oh! He thought he'd be backing off because of the tick, but because Max strayed the other way, YEKINDAR not expecting him to be tight in.
Huaso's alone on ramp, though. I mean, this is such a forward angle. It's you win your duel here.
Is he close enough
you
to
die,
hit the
but
scope
Martinez
up?
here, he comes in with the quick rotation. He's right where he needs to be, just in time.
I think he heard the scope up from Katie, and that's a leg shot, though. The jump around confuses him. They don't expect the player tight up. It is traded at least, but Martinez still on the angle, dealing damage. Finding the kills that he needs to leave it all just to one Mr. Twist. And there will be no more twists and turns in this round. 9Z, we said this was the swing. Well, 9Z triumph, and not only that here, Cole, they keep the bodies up.
I mean, a healthy round right there. Not too many casualties. You only lose this MP9, actually, so a very valuable closer rolling on through.
Ooh, little head shake.
Understandable. Very, very tough round. You're walking right into the money of Martinez. You just can't get past him. You try and work him towards that outer yard. He tries to find you, and then he's right in towards ramp just in time to help out his MP9 that felt a little bit out of place, like he couldn't offer up that ramp defense, and with a little bit of extra help, it goes a long way.
Yeki has got the space down towards Secret. Able to gain the ground. A bit of a duel out top here. Look at how much attention he's got this time around, right? They're like, he did this to us once. Never again. Never again. There's 2 players lower. The ramp player was even giving it a look for half a second. It's the power of the outside smokes, but the question is, can you capitalize? Nope. Oh, no. Boy. DGT fortunately bails out Huaso from a little bit of a mechanical blunder.
How does he get involved in this A-side defense? So that smoke can get him there, but they've lost one on the top of the hut here. It's just going to be DGT inside the vents trying to surface, but KDM will cut him off, and Martinez got caught off guard right there. This round could spiral out of control, but Max is in a position where he can shut down the bomb plant. He's looking to make his way out of hut here, but just in time. Naf covers, and actually did take down the bomb planter, but...
That would have been a sick play if there were 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, it would have won him, but Skulls can just recover, can stabilize a little bit, and Huaso just can't make his way up the vents.
This one's going to sting if you're 9Z, right? You did the hard work! You did the hard work! You won the swing! Couldn't hold up against the force. Even with the first casualty, even with the 5v4, right? That A hit is just a little bit too much to bear, and For Liquid, a massive find. This feels like the Heimlich maneuver, right? The chicken bone was going down your throat, blocking the windpipe, but oh, okay. No choking. No concern right now.
The big credit I got to give here to is YEKINDAR as well. Even in rounds that he's losing, he's going to die to bomb.
Bye, Huaso.
There it is, yeah. Host. But, I mean, the big kicker there is YEKINDAR just keeps on making him rotate, making him uncomfortable with his out-of-yard plays. He's not dying to Martinez's op. He's avoiding that scope. And this time he gets 2 rotates. He gets nothing, but DGT cannot get involved in a site defense. Look where DGT is when they're in towards the A side. He's flying up the ladder, and that's not where you want to be on an A side defense. So now it swings back into Liquid's favor here. It's money shattered, and like you said, they're still going to have that same position here. Maybe it wasn't the swingiest of rounds that we initially intended it to be.
But, you know, sometimes they swing back. Swinging like a revolving door. Just keeps going.
Like a swing set. Back and forth.
Katie holds for the first. Got support for the second as well, so no problem this time. No one looking the wrong way on this crunch. Well, okay, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. It's a nice bouncer, O'Malley. Good, careful play from Naf, as we know and expect from him.
Just takes no chances versus a USP.
I will point out, though, I mean, think about how hot a start this was for Liquid. Naf was 8-0 after the first 3 rounds, I want to say. He's 16-13. That is quite a substantial change.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still
good.
He's keeping up. I mean,
he's great. He's
you can't keep
fine.
up with 8-0.
No.
For forever.
It just reflects how hot this start was. I mean, this was a 7-1, and instead it becomes a very tightly contested game.
Yeah, no question.
What I'm saying is, do better. Oh, of course not. Nice opener outside. 5v4 established. That's a nice find. Martinez on the tight angle. This could be the round. Up against Naf. Yeah, we were talking about. Been doing so much. Finds more impact. This guy's ridiculous.
Must have heard the scope. There's no way he's throwing this amount of utility, spamming that angle.
Smell him.
He's trying to get him off the lines.
It smells like an op crutch.
I heard a telescope. Skill cannon. Towards the outer yard. I mean, they're looking to converge here. So 9Z not in the worst of positions. The distraction comes through. The bait and switch. Huaso.
How about Huaso?
With the next punch here.
Huaso.
And there he
Huaso.
slides, but he misses his chance for a kill. Eventually finishes it at least. And that's a man advantage that flips.
They knew about him. But not soon enough. Martinez hunts up, back in towards Hut. Never slowed down. Still confident. And this one's fallen apart for Liquid. Despite that early advantage, despite that 5v4, despite that space taken, this time they're unable to capitalize. And so this might be about doing damage as much as anything else because the economy is so brittle on the other side. Now folding on into Garage. Are they just going to save this up?
I think so.
It actually makes sense.
If these two save here, everyone else can buy pretty comfortably around them. And obviously the op is a lot less of a reinvestment that you wouldn't have to put the weight onto skulls. All right, so you're going to stick around here for a little while despite YEKINDAR just cracking things open towards that outer yard.
They'll get a chance. There's more work to do here, but the journey begins. 3 to find.
Cool. That's nice.
He did his job.
I got my one.
I got mine. Guys, I got mine. What happened?
That's supposed to win us rounds.
What happened here? He has been doing a great job outside. Just individually. I mean, you've been pointing it out even when he's not getting the kill. The space he's taken is just... He's taken so much focus from the rest of the map. They have to contend with him.
Yeah, always a thorn in their side, no matter what the case is. And 9Z are really willing to, pluck that thorn out, but it requires 2-3 people sometimes. So,
yeah.
Again, it's given options to route around this, right? I mean, that feels like at that point a pretty straightforward call to go A pretty consistently if YEKINDAR can keep manipulating those rotates. No smoke, and there's a lot of good smokes on Nuke, though.
Well, you can't throw any of them. It turns out every time you throw a smoke, you're violating the law. You wouldn't steal or download a car. You wouldn't smoke a bomb site.
Or try and plant a bomb on A or B bomb site.
I suppose every round is a crime, really. We're a bunch of criminals!
Block.
Shocker, Yeki is once again down the steps, and this time as well, it's going to be Katie who collects. This time, instead of it just being YEKINDAR, it'll be just about everybody. Presence is here. The pack is here. The bomb is here. And for all the space that Liquid has taken down Secret round after round after round, they haven't really actually just done a Secret take.
Yeah, try to like brute force their way into these lower rotates. And it might be for the best because this is the reason. 9Z always having so much around that corner here. Perfect 8G into this double play here. Waso not expected to be in this corner here and just shuts down the aggression here. Skull's looking for the multi, but it actually doesn't ever get pressed by DGT, so it's a 3v3. And a missed opportunity maybe from DGT to try and find some more.
The bomb's left behind, though. The bomb's left behind. That's the huge thing. They don't retrieve it. Now Buddha gets aggressive, takes this lobby control, knows that they're going to be so uncomfortable in these rotations. Twist has to go down to support his teammate because if they don't get the C4, none of the rest of it matters. So by staying alive here, DGT is perhaps done a master stroke.
Looking for some timing, though. He's regressing.
How could they know? How could they know? Where do they think he is right now? Oh, he actually did know. He had the idea, but time was running out, and DGT capitalizes. So now Skulls, I mean, even getting back to the bomb might be an impossibility.
Holding on to his gun. Gonna call it a save once again here. Another round that fizzles out.
If he lives, he can drop one. Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a T-molly right there. It's gonna spread. That's gonna catch you.
Oh no!
That's after time.
Oh no! Smiles.
Oh,
grins.
What a molly right there, man.
Skull's burned.
Even picked up another one on his way out as well.
That's efficiency.
Yeah.
Did he get a T-molly?
T-molly, look at that.
A good T-molly!
T-molly. He got a T-molly and he got the kill after
That's
time.
economic awareness right there. DGT having a monster one.
This is a little bit of a force buy from Skulls and Skulls only.
That's interesting. Picks up the utility set up the rest of the team. He's been having a bit of a sleeper, so maybe sacrificing what he'll get in the next round if this doesn't work out to set up a bit more here. I will say, fast tech 9 round in towards A. Oh, I'm a little clenched for 9Z here. I'm not going to lie to you. But it seems like it's going to be good. Trades out Budo 1 for 1. Bomb plant could be secured off of that. Out of heaven. Uh-oh. The op committing in. Martinez, I don't know if you want this gun here. Not for the drive-by. Wasso Peak trying to recover. DGT here to support as well. It's getting so very messy. But it falls just to Cadian. A P250. The op found. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. It's the Magic Man now with the op in play. Pops his own smoke.
Oh my god.
Oh, that almost had it. Just to keep Wasso off, but he's not looking for him to be right there. Wasso through the smoke. It goes through. Whoa, Cadian thinking he backed him out. Not to be. Wasso Peak keeps that from getting out of hand.
Oh, boy, what a save right there from Wasso. Scary move to make when you have to walk through a smoke up against an op on 9 HP. He makes the right idea. Denies Cadian a chance to just sink this one on in. And the clutch. The HE, I mean, it was so close to finishing him.
Frustration there. Cadian feels like he could put it away even in that tough 1v2. I mean, they get so close off the Tech 9s, right? They just can't deal with that finer player out towards heaven. That smoke comes in earlier. Maybe that's the difference maker. Hard to say. In most situations, you'd say that's a darn successful round, but you only get one more crack at this.
Skulls is out early.
And he's gone.
Naded out of the server. Also deals with him in YEKINDAR this time. A player forward to meet him here. DGT in secret right now, ready to handle him, and he finds him. This time YEKINDAR can get up to none of his antics.
They found the problems. They found the solutions. At just the critical moment. What's haunted them all map, no longer a threat in this ramp take. There's nothing doing. It's all on to Cadian. And this would be the most amazing clutch yet. It's not to be. We're going to overtime. This was a 7-0, a 9-3 half. Map point found for Liquid so early in this second. but they could not find that all-important final round, and now 9Z give us a little bit more to get excited about.
And 9Z just piecing that one up through the entire half there with smiles on their faces, working through these rounds, building that energy as they go, as they collect these rounds, as they get closer. That 9-3 scoreline, it felt like it evaporated very quickly. And do just enough. That last round definitely feels like they found solutions to the problems, to the woes of YEKINDAR, of this out-of-yard control here. Martinez, another solution, as he just has vision on YEKINDAR, and the escape is great.
This has to be such a change if you're Yeki right now, right? You were getting all this space for free. You were getting so much room for free. You were getting the kill in so many rounds. And now they've just got your number. They figured you out. How many tricks do you have in your toolkit at this point? Because we've now had 2 or 3 rounds in a row where you're just getting erased off rip. And now Max holds court outside. He's got all this real estate for his team. They can be so confident that there's nothing coming, because he can see straight in the spawn, practically.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the dream setup here. You can have Martinez double zoom deep towards ramp. Shots that you don't often miss as an oper. You have 3 riflers circling that A-bomb site with utility out ready to counter any sort of pressure that they feel here. But Naf still able to crack through the defense and now makes that 3 turn to 2 very quickly.
Twist taking space. Twist tagged up by the mini player, traded out by Naf. There's the play. There's the trade. Wasso up top. They've got to deal with him. Can they get down the vent?
Dive.
2 players on. They're down. They're down. The bomb's made its way around. And the response was to go double in towards lobby, and that's been heard. Naf knows, and he's begging someone to come this way.
Had to have heard the fadeaway here from the lobby
He's confident
players.
now. He knows there's no one coming from the side. They just have to worry about ramp. You can't move off of it. That molly might be a problem. He's got to swing. But it's all just a Naf. Naf in the clutch. How many times has he done this? Martinez, which way do you look? Which way do you check? He knows he's off of it. Here's the footsteps. He knows.
He's sticking it.
The swing. You gotta open. You gotta go. Headshot's not on. Martinez steals his nerves and steals the round.
Naf does so much all the way through to fight for that round. 3 kills in total, but he needed 4. He just couldn't take that away from Martinez, who starts it and finishes it all off right there with his op. What a just robbery in what felt unlosable for Naf. It felt like he had the perfect read, the perfect situation, but Martinez just far too good in these late round scenarios. You put him in a post plant and it almost feels like it's his. It doesn't matter what side he is on.
You know, Cole, earlier we described the round as being like, you know, you're starting to choke on the chicken bone and the Heimlich comes in. I think they went right back to the pile of wigs.
They spit it out and it just fell right back into their throat, huh?
Right back in for more.
Almost a cartoon.
Oh, no. Liquid now at a deficit for the first time this map. This is the first lead that 9Z have had, but they've never stopped believing. They've been battling, and now, I mean, they stand on the precipice of something great. And if 9Z could come into the Intel Extreme Masters, Dallas 2024, the 100th IEM, and make their way into playoffs on day 1, who knows how far they could go. DGT burning, still collects, dancing away from the flames, finding all this space. This fast play from Liquid, they wanted to change the tempo. They wanted to pump some air back in their tires, and no. It turns out you can't put air in tires that have been slashed.
Just all flies by. Within an instant into a 5v2 here. No time to breathe. The 9Z this time, I mean, a massive pace change from Team Liquid as well. They just try and throw a fast play into the mix. See if it works. See if something works. It's a smart idea to try and change things up when you're getting read in like this, but to no avail. Absolutely no relief offered. And now set up for success is DGT. Reveals himself. There's a molly to flush him out, but that's going to catch it. Will actually. Skulls finds one. YEKINDAR pulls one back. Wait a second. A little bit more interesting all of a sudden. Martinez, right idea, but won't be given the duel. How do they join forces here?
Yeah, I mean, lower's the right pick. Right, it's just Max, and he's not going to give them the fight early on. He's wary that they might be making their way up back towards Squeaky. So Skulls heads down. They're going to play the lower spot. Don't know that Max is going to want to risk this solo. Might need to wait for the rotation of his teammates in, so this could be a bomb plant. Liquid are finding the read. Oh, but the lineup, the door open. Max takes a bullet, but Yeki as well. That's confirmation, certainly.
Oh, we didn't stick it.
Punched into rotating. Oh, what a catch. What a catch. Had to be. Skulls gets it in the off-plant spot. Now the 2v2. But they're so exposed. They're so exposed. Yeki looking for the swing. Skulls find.
Oh my God.
Yeki the last. From the jaws of defeat. Liquid snatch victory. YEKINDAR and Skulls, perhaps the lightning rods for criticism. Well, they take that lightning, they take that electricity, and they find some brilliance.
Hey, right there, not the duo you'd expect to pull Liquid out of the trenches right now. But the duo that they needed, it was a duo that they had, and
there's the pop-off.
There you go. Some energy coming through in this Liquid side as they needed it desperately.
That's what we've been looking for from Liquid this entire game.
Finally.
Just the same energy we're seeing from that 9Z camp, and we've got it. They've come alive, and maybe that's the moment to change the fortune. It feels insane to say that when they've been in the lead for the entire map. But I cannot stress to you enough how weird this has felt, despite being so strong for so much of Nuke.
You don't want that whiplash, though. You don't want it right back to the drawing board. Closing out this half with 2 in a row, I think, could certainly put Liquid in the driver's seat once again. INZ have been steering the ship for the most part, but that little burst could save them. They've got, again, this incredible map control right now. Max caught in utility right now, dancing behind the flames. This time doesn't back into it here. He's still able to do some damage, but also just collecting 2 perfectly avoids the play.
I would like to point out that while he was blind on the edge of that molly, he flipped around and then flipped back and still found spam damage. That's actually insane. And now Katie and Collected trying to get down and towards Secret.
Liquid is again.
It's crumbled. It's crumbled. And I mean, they already pulled back 1 round and probably. This time it's all just Skulls. He's not even going to get started. It's a lead reestablished for 9Z. Just 2 more rounds and they claim their own map pick of Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a wild finish right there. They find themselves in another 5v2. It's the same situation for Skulls and YEKINDAR, but this time 9Z makes sure they make no mistakes. And it is kind of back to the drawing board, but we'll see if they can lean on that memory as they hop into the half that they dominated on. They got themselves to 1 round. They've gotten 9 in regulation here. Winning gun rounds consistently. That's got to be good for something.
Max burning. Max burning. Oh, just commit to the spray. Trust yourself, Skulls. Trust yourself. But he won't trust. And so he will be betrayed. Still, they do keep the numbers even, but the bomb's going to be almost certainly down. This could be map point found by 9Z, as they have braved the jaws of the A-hold, and they have brought back glory.
Just about 10 Molotovs thrown in towards heaven to punch in those digits at least. YEKINDAR pulling through on this big flank. This should not be expected, but he just inchwormed.
Inchwormed. The inchworm has emerged, and there's no leaves to eat. Oh. Gonna find it. That's how he still got jaws. Maybe he's the inch butterfly. DGT coming in for the clear. A whole lot of inchworming. And he will find that, and oh, Martinez will find so much more. Naf backing away. No interest in this. Doesn't really matter in this moment, but he'll save the gun for the cosmetics. It's going to be map point found for 9Z. From 7-0 down. A lead the entire game in regulation for Liquid. And now we're 1 round away from the comeback being complete from 9Z crushing the hopes of Liquid here on Nuke and giving themselves a map win.
Man, I just don't know how they do it, man. I don't know how this 9Z team can find themselves in such high-pressure environments. This, again, gets you to the playoff stage for this squad. And the fact that they're here, it means that the pressure's applied. And they're down 9-3 at a half. And they just, it almost feels like they know that they can still come back. When young players just, it's so often the case that they crumble in those sort of situations.
Not this team. Not here. They have belief.
Oh, they just need Skulls from heaven.
And they've got Skulls gone. That's straight in from up top. Skulls feeling like there's just a magnet in his head at this point. He was on top of the towers. And that's a read. That's a read and a half. 9Z knew where he would be playing. And they just need 3 more kills. Man advantage here. Yeki trying to make the play of the map. Playing on the smoke fade. On the edge. Spam ineffective for the moment. That nade. Oh, almost felt impactful. Yekin, he heard the scope up, and that's why he didn't go through that smoke.
Yes.
He was about to make the play through, heard the scope, backed off. So the question's going to be, what can Cadian do?
Cadian, he's getting crunched in from ramp as well. There's that late lurk activating, ready to go as well. So it's fights on a couple different fronts here for Cadian, and he can't afford to miss a beat. They're scaling in. He's just going to concede the site. This is going to have to be a potential post plant.
That means Cadian's not revealed just yet. They know the double door's open, though. That's going to affect what they can do. Oh, but he doesn't peek into it. He's wary. They're going to try and crunch from both sides. Multiple players here. The swing on in, and Yeki's not ready for it, not prepared for it, can't handle it. Molotov to force one player forward. Wasso, does he get lit up? He does indeed. Forced into Twist's crosshair. Good play. But time is running out. Time is expiring. They've got no smokes to cover. They need to find these kills. There's no safe haven. The ramp player gone. The timing is perfect from Buddha all onto Cadian, but there's still one towards Decon. And whichever way you pick, you're going to be wrong from the other. 9Z have done it from so far down. They claw this map back bit by bit. They never lose belief. They always keep the faith, and they drag this all the way to an overtime victory here on Nuke. 9Z now just 1 map away. Let's see if they can do it. Let's see if they can punch their ticket right here and now. Let's see if 9Z can pull off perhaps the wildest playoff run we could have seen coming out of these groups.
Yeah, it would be absolutely nuts.
Are they the lowest seed in the group? They must be. They played Mouse
so.
first round.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I thought they were.
Makes sense. I mean, again, and I think a lot of people would rate them maybe as one of the lesser teams, so they get domestically not offering up a lot of success. But right now, as they enter into this scene, they are delivering either way. Liquid offer back 2 quick kills to start off a pistol. Get aggressive. A little flash play in through B to start things off. And it leaves you with one less prong of approach into this B side here. It's just going to be through E-box now. You've lost your B main players, so YEKINDAR up to the task. And he sure does shut things down.
It's a nice way to start. Confidence back in. See if they can close. It's not done. Till the bell rings. Just one man. It's about done. The bell, it's not ringing yet, but there it is. Okay. Bell rung in multiple senses of the word. And look, that's a nice reminder. It can't be that easy. We can just shoot 5 heads. We can win rounds. It doesn't have to be stressful. Start out strong here again. Let's see.
Yeah, again, it's all about keeping that momentum rolling on up. Get off to another good defensive start and see if you can take that all the way through. Important on a CT side of Anubis as well.
I mean, look, the thing with 9Z is we know they can play good Counter-Strike. We know they've done this before, caused these upsets at international events. We know they're coming in and they know no one's game planning for them. No one's really looking at them as the potential opponent, so they've got the massive advantage in that sense. But you put these 5 players, you stack them up pound for pound against their competition, right? In terms of just raw firepower. These are some of the best that the world has to offer. And for 9Z, they're going to try and upset that order. Cadian, 3 found. A dink on the twists. Hold on. No, don't know that he's going to want to get chased down here. Here's the fight, here's the brawl, and NAF will make sure there are no more casualties.
Yeah, I mean, like that from Twist. He sticks around there for a fight. He doesn't press his luck and lose another rifle. That's key. Keeping things nice and contained, only losing an SMG right there. No big deal. So Cadian looks to farm up some sweet eeks. Like to get off to one of those strong starts. It's into a very quick gun round here for 9Z. I want to see how they work this T side. Again, we're able to get a read on, but very late into that first half. Well, now Cadian just throwing all caution to the wind right now as he still gets dealt with. Somehow Martinez able to turn for that kill. A 180, sharp as can be. Snappy with the aim and staying alive here. Should be able to live to tell the tale. In the meantime, this B-side play from Buddha. A quick trade gets him through here, but YEKINDAR still around that corner. Same position as his fallen teammate. And the pinstripe in the feed, going to lead it into a 3v3 with Martinez still just left on 1. So I think a lot of this does come down to, can DGT catch Skulls off guard?
So far, he's not exposing himself. It's going to be a long time before the bomb even gets around here. If he need any confirmation, well, that's the alarm.
He's revealed himself as well.
This is interesting. It's actually pulled all the rotations. If they made the Giga play, everybody's here for Liquid. But 9Z are going to insist, and I mean, the smokes are going to start to fade. This could be a problem, but DGT just goes out and creates.
This is just hiding in the smoke right now. He's going to surface eventually for at least a kill, but it's already space conceded right now for DGT. Wow, so Peak doesn't quite plant, though. He goes for the kill instead, and Skulls are going to redeem it. And he will, at least for a trade from YEKINDAR to finish it. A little bit awkward right there in the late round, but...
That's one of those rounds of your Skulls where you have to win. Because if you don't, Twist is not going to be a happy comrade.
Dude, I mean, he's hiding in the smoke while his teammates are getting pressed in upon it. Has to have almost been like...
He made the play.
Just a confusing situation right there. But yeah, it's redeemed very quickly at least, which... It's just kind of a sigh of relief for Skulls, but also Liquid as well.
I feel like Colosso Peak's missing a pop.
Oh my god!
Oh boy! They know their timing! I think that was in the anti-strap book.
Yes.
That was saying, hey, what does Liquid like to do against the eco, against the second eco here? Oh, well, they're going to come out B main rapid. That's the tendency we're going to punish.
This is what I'm talking about. This roster just so good at doing the research right now, and it gets them these rounds. It gets them out of holes. And it's looking like it might just do it again. Another player around the corner done, and now Skulls in a 1v4 revealed. It is an easy option to reroute. You're going to beat him to the punch here, potentially. We'll see how fast they can go.
That almost just felt like frustration from Cadian, right? Just flying right back into the same angle all your teammates have just died in.
Yeah.
Oh, they hear him rotating off though, so they just come right back to it. They just, I mean, you can't pick right if you're Skulls. You're one man, you got a map to cover. But he's gonna try and path this around. If he could catch Huaso, maybe that emboldens him to go for this retake. As it is, he's totally out of position. He's not even going to be looking the right way. Just gets shot in the temple. Gun picked up. That is a catastrophe.
Yeah, that's brutal. And I actually see like a lot of note pages there, and they're stapled together. So I'm imagining there's a lot of writing right there coming through from the 9Z camp. And again, as I said, this roster, when they come into these qualifiers, look at this. It's just like, it's funny to them when they have these soul reads, when they know exactly what you're going to do. And I think it just gets you out of holes. It gets you out of this tough kickoff, and it maybe allows you to start to operate a little bit more on this T side.
Little jiggle.
Just showing some elbows.
Elbow might get ripped off. Flashbang in for it. Oh, he's a little further up than they expect. Perhaps the smoke timely. That could have been very bad.
Always like the spread here. Not deep enough.
All good.
It's just dancing on the edge. Doesn't make any sound cues though, and that's always really nice.
That's even one of them good mollies. No excuse. He just, you know, got himself on the edge of that smoke.
This is a big angle. They just hold their own here. I mean, at least in some sense, mission accomplished in containing that E-box control.
The problem is if you're Skulls, how are you expected to hold this with a flash and an MP9 and no one in the same zip code?
Really entrusting in him. And he's not even like super interested in holding off A main. He's just looking to pick his poison on middler.
He has to, right?
But, I mean, what's good right now, at least Nap is coming with his UMP, and you've also got a little reposition from YEKINDAR. So at this point in time, it does need to be the transition in to the site proper.
At the A main, there's the flashbang in. Timing's a little bit off, but still Skulls does net one. The nade chases, and now it's looking very good. They've got to bail. They've got to bail, and Twist is still here. And Cadian's rotating back through with the AWP. Oh, uh-oh. This could be a problem for 9Z now. Cadian on the angle. They're coming out of E-box. The B main player's a little bit late. There's the first collect. Now they know they need to be wary about B main, but there's still plenty on the angle. And Naf, blind or no, can't see anything, but he can see enough. The round claimed. The map getting away from 9Z.
That's a great read right there. I mean, as we said, what can Skulls do with an MP9 and a flash? Well, what can he do with a couple extra teammates right around that corner as well? And he can hold the bomb site. He can defend.
The best gun. Friendship.
Yes. Full team effort there. And I like that. It's cohesion coming through there just when it needed to roll on in. 9Z just kind of walk right into their trap there.
All right, TG, what's the next crazy anti-strat?
No, we got something cooked up.
Where's the nade stag going? It's in your walls.
Think about, I mean, the thing about 9Z is I think they were even doing this when Zach was their coach, when they were like in those major runs, right? I mean, they definitely had him as an experience, but it almost feels like this has been core to their identity.
So do you think it maybe more credit goes towards Max in that case? Or
I'll
do
say
you think
so.
it's something where, you know, maybe you picked it up under a previous coach, the staff pick it up, and you keep that identity going forward?
I think Zach instilled it there, and it's been kept up by Max. Because when they lost Zach, when this like very young team lost such like a legendary player like that, or coach, it felt like they were never going to get to those same peaks. And they did very quickly. They made it to majors immediately after they lost him, so it's just kind of nuts.
It really is. This does feel like a team that's had, I mean, in so many of the times that I've watched them in international Counter-Strike as well, there's been some sort of an asterisk. I think in the first time I saw them, they were playing with a stand-in who became their opper, who hadn't opt in like 2 years. And then he popped up. And then he left the team immediately afterwards. Like, it's just... There's been a million asterisks on so many of their runs, and they just don't seem to let it get them down.
Yeah.
You know,
Martinez joining this roster and kind of what I thought was losing your franchise player and Try, and then picking up Martinez at the beginning of the year, and immediately qualifying for IEM Chengdu rather. Pretty impressive turnaround right there, but they need to turn this map around here so far, and they're going to do that with a B-side crunch.
Timely Molly. Timely Molly. Keep them hemmed in towards cave. Time's just such an issue now. There's 3 players here. There's a 4th rotating. Now you're getting hemmed in from the other side. There's just no escape. So now you're just getting punished by the utility. You gotta go. Someone has to go. Face the music. But Naf's lost. They don't necessarily expect twist on the angle. They're not ready for skulls on the flank. Waso ready for that. But Cadian's still here. Cadian, what's the play? What's the play? That's it. Wow. Bomb plant even denied as the smoke fades and their lives are forfeit.
The whole team right there. 9Z, it feels like their T sides, again, being just slightly readable when it comes to where they're heading. It's this full-on B play, and they're stuck behind utility for the whole round before they can make a move. They've got 20 seconds left, and by that time, you've also got to deal with 4 rotations on the site and an E-box flank. So good luck getting past that. Odds are you're not. They do actually remove the double op with the damage that they did in that last round. So that'll be quickly taken out. As I said, sometimes it can feel like it's just patchwork for a tough CT side on Anubis more than anything, but it's actually like prioritized by Liquid pretty early, but not anymore. Things have been going good with the rifles.
As well, you know. Ooh, that's a cheeky peek. That's Twist losing his life. Maybe trying to paper over for his opera to avoid him getting caught out. Well, this is how it starts, right? This is how it starts. He's got the angle. They're trying to bait the peek, though, and he realizes he's wise to it. No reason to give up another gun here. Minute on the clock. They're rerouting through spawn. This would imply an A finish. They're going to need to get the move on.
But even still right now, with this A-side finish in a 4v4, it looks like they're even leaning in an extra rotate towards this A-side.
So they're coming back?
Oh.
They're coming back.
Yeah, there's a smoke towards camera right now, so it's actually going to lead to the mid lurk into YEKINDAR. Wait, no, they're doubling back again.
Okay, now it's just indecision.
They're faking me out.
Now it feels like it's just indecision, but because of the space that he's gained through camera, he's in the smoke. He's in the smoke. There's the clear. That's such a find. Wow. Had to be done. Now they know. I mean, you can't bail again. You can't rotate again. You just know you're going into the blender. Let's see what they can do against the blender. They can do a lot. Kaden brings it down to the 1. Huaso just going to try and stick. Going to try and commit. Bait out the peak. There's the timing. Naf just barely keeps that a liquid round.
Yeah, you got to avoid the Wasso headshot. And able to get away from that. What's that?
I think there's a word for it.
What is it?
Wasso peak.
They're trying to get too creative there. It's in the name, you know?
He's got solid branding.
I looked up what Wasso was. I think it's a type of cowboy as well. So it'd be very fitting if
in Texas?
If in Texas, in Dallas,
getting the
Wasso Peak was able to make it into the playoffs.
You should equip the R8 then. Oh no. Yeki caught out. Now this B defense could crumble. Naf pressure's on in a massive way. 9Z though. We'll have to hang on for just a moment. Molotov down. And an extra smoke lost. Because they used it. It's the best kind of loss.
Yeah, pretty effective utility right there.
Gambling.
Mission accomplished, and yes, I mean, again, they could have been gambling all throughout this map here. They've been stacking these rotations, and they're just going to do it again. What's surprising right now for me is that the bomb's like the furthest away from this B bomb site. So is it actually going to end in this direction? I mean, it feels like it almost has to right now with the positioning, right? But
to me, it feels like Martinez knows that as soon as he comes off the angle, he expects the A-Lurk to come out. It's not going to happen. Of course, we have the power of omniscience. There's the molly burning. They are hitting. The bomb has come this way as well. Everybody's here. Twist one, and then traded, and Buddha and Max are putting in the work. Cadian backed off. They hit the stack site. They came into every player remaining on Liquid, and it only netted Liquid one more kill.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they just run it down right there into the stack, and utility usage was so strong. That Molotov forced a smoke out, and they're just both hiding behind a smoke that eventually gets blown up in their face. That is brutal stuff right there from 9Z. That's what happens, I think, if you give 9Z too much space as well. If you let them execute on you like that, it's going to feel much more akin to what they just put together. That's why I think Liquid so far have been doing a really good job of keeping map control in their favor for as long as possible and avoiding a lot of what has been some scary B-side executes that 9Z have actually been able to put together.
I think it's fair. And I mean, at this point, Liquid have put up a pretty good bevy of rounds, but as we saw on Nuke, that can change quickly. Can you imagine they feel there's more work to do? Might not be in this one. They do have the save dot. Question is, what can you put around it? Here's the timeout. Here's Zeus getting in their ears. A little animated. Let's see. We're reading the body language tea leaves here. We're becoming experts.
Yeah.
Body language experts here.
You're going to start doing lip readings too?
I feel like YEKINDAR's facial expression has barely changed this series.
Yeah, it's a tough read right there.
But also, I don't know if that's normal. I feel like usually his face is so close to his monitor, I can't read it.
You can't see it that. Yeah, you can't see it that often. Seems. I mean, it still seems pretty steady here. It was the same situation, very similar situation to what Nuke was, where big lead to a round loss, and you kind of just want to keep the ball moving. If you're Liquid, you don't want to put too much pressure on just I would say a hiccup in that first half of Nuke. This time around, things look steady. Had some time to talk things over in between maps, of course. They've been having really good reads, just maybe not executing in that last round as well.
Those big audio cues. Obviously, the Molly's the biggest audio cue. But they're not making a secret of their presence in B main. Liquid's not biting just yet.
Katie on a bit of a re-clear here towards middle. It's going to meet two.
It's the bomb as well. A third coming. This could get interesting. The setup from Cadian and Twists. Twists deleted. Cadian's playing the tight angle, not prepared to play off of his comrade, not to play off his teammate. The op, there's too many targets, and he can't land the second. And now the A site is cleared. Skull's gone. His own of that name popped. The bomb down and a save confirmed. Yeki can retrieve the op at least, but Liquid have to concede this 100%. They are out of there. Shades of Nuke?
Yeah, it's looking more akin to it. Yeah. Though this time 9Z lift off earlier. Don't let him get up to that 7-0 start. Just 6. Before they put a halt to them and actually start to find consistent success. And that one, I felt like it's just 9Z understanding some of their flaws in the early game, or early parts of this half, I would say more than anything, of telegraphing a lot of their moves. When there's utility, there's usually 5 9Z players behind that corner. And so, you know, they do make some early B presence. They do through a couple bits of utility, and they do hunt as well. But no kills towards the tail. Just saved by the bell right there.
This seems to be of a technical nature. I see a headset off there. Hopefully a quick resolve. You know, apparently, as I understand it, the motivating factor for playing this event on the new update, or one of the biggest motivating factors,
crashing,
the fact that it's just fun. Yeah, one of the major game crashers has been resolved, which is very exciting. So hopefully no more big, you know, jam rounds.
Yeah. I haven't had any crashing problems, which has been nice. I've been getting some no Steam logons that have been disconnecting me from games as soon as I buy all my guns. And I just disconnect, and then bam, my
Gaben
economy's
just says
broken.
You're having too much fun.
Yeah.
Steps in.
Winning too much.
I feel like I haven't had any crashes in a while.
Yeah, it's been good.
Early days. You just occasionally get everything shuts down. So it goes. But as we resolve more and more of these, you know, eventually we'll have a stable game.
Just gotta keep on waiting.
One day.
YEKINDAR rocking the CZ.
Do you believe?
No, I'm not a CZ enjoyer. Like the 5.7, too powerful here, and he managed to evade Max for now. But Max also just taking that space as soon as it's evacuated, gonna kind of give him a false sense of security here, I feel like, and yeah, he doesn't really expect that.
Yeah, especially with the CZ, you'd rather take the tied-up angle. These are the guns. The ops on the other side. You got one to each site. Now for the boost up over. He could get his B main player. Will indeed. That's unexpected, but they're so tight up. Doesn't matter. Twist connects with the USP. And now this is getting very interesting indeed. Twist has a rifle. They've got a man advantage. The op's not budging just yet. But eventually they got to call this over. There's more utility on. This is getting confirmed. We got to make moves. We got to make waves. The bomb's playing it down. And the chance for a retake, even without armor on Twists or Skulls, is here.
Don't have a lot of control right now, though. DGT swinging for the fences, gives Cadian a big pick. He was waiting for that. Martinez answers back, but he doesn't spot out Skulls, who's right behind him. And Wasso Peak now left into a 1v3 here. Utility, I mean, it does catch, and it catches beautifully. It might buy him some time to scale forward here, but Wasso still brings in the first. Bomb being stuck, but it's a 10-second defuse here as Naf has to hold the line, and he does. And Twist fully trusts him as well, as he should.
That's the trust of two longtime teammates and friends. They know each other. They know they've got each other's back. It's what you gotta do.
Power of friendship.
The strongest gun. Come on, Val. Give us an update. Friendship cannon. The only thing that could beat the skill cannon. Friendship cannon.
And again, a little excitement that I think Team Liquid need here. I like that a lot.
Playing with some gumption, playing with some life, playing with some energy.
Winning an eco as well. I mean, they had a couple guns involved, but still, impressive stuff here. Want to keep that level up, and Buddha baited in by the opportunity of a Skulls right around the corner.
Hear the drop down towards canals, that's information. Twist is calming it, you can see the lips moving. So they got some sort of an audio cue here. It actually draws out the Molotov, maybe just a tick early. Oh, the flashbang peek back in though. DGT never had a chance. He was full whited. Now the bomb's under risk. Martinez knows, you gotta get the heck out of Dodge. Naf? On the pillar. Was that the barrel?
Barrels.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, he's giving him a little something to look at, it almost feels like at that point. And he makes it out of the flames into more in between them. but this just feels like there isn't any good options left for 9Z.
They're so isolated as well, right? Like, how do you even link up with 40 seconds to go here? It just almost feels like desperation. Huaso throws something.
That'll help.
That shot, hold on. Huaso still got to do work. Martinez has a lot of distance to travel, and that's the bomb down, so it won't matter. Huaso can't get out. It's control for Liquid. It's 8 rounds. On the defense of Anubis as well. This is looking dang good.
I could get another 9-3 half here. This time it feels like the energy's still in a good spot. We're having some life out of the squad. And now 9Z. That one's looking frustrated right there. As you said,
Gotta get the Martinez camp.
Yeah, of course. Necessary. And they'll get one last buy here for the half as well. Still pretty powerful purchase. They give themselves some extra grace here on the T side. Again, Martinez onto YEKINDAR will give them opportunities today.
All right.
I'm going to give them a wide swing as well.
All right.
Let's just walk into these op shots.
I think Liquid said, you know what, the 9-3 didn't work out so well. Let's try an 8-4.
Maybe Skulls can
Hold on.
save them here, but get them back into that scary territory, I guess. Put it into a 2v3. Big recovery from Skulls, knocking those heads off. Whole lot of options left, though, for 9Z still. Whole lot of time to route this one around, and it's going to be unity between Skulls and Twist.
I like it. Play together. Give yourselves a chance to make something happen here. The problem is if they actually commit to this mid play. And they're doing it. The path in here pretty good. They have chosen correctly. They might have to contend with Skulls, but it all comes down to timing here. Peek back around. He's just made his way through. He's just got the kill. He's got the one, and he's away. But they know that that's Skulls. They know that that likely means there's no one on A. He's got to reroute to try and beat them on the timing.
Fast, though.
He's quick. Still. Down the choke point quicker.
Gave it a thought. Gave it a go. Martinez, he avoids that, though. I mean, pretty smart to scale away from that. And again, gets right back on that line as soon as he gets off it.
Flashbang to pull him. Someone's going to have to risk it. Someone has to risk it. His teammate's not close at hand. Skulls risking his own CT molly. Is that a miscom between the two of them? Or is that a missed throw?
I think it's a missed throw.
Something wrong here, but they both slipped into camera. There's no one on the site now. There's kits on both players. This could be a blunder. This could be a problem. Twist, if he holds the line. Oh, he can't find the first, but at this point, Skulls is just sticking. Skulls, he's got it! He snatched it away! They didn't know! They didn't realize! And Skulls pulls out another clutch to send us to the half!
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? How can I listen when there's no sound? Oh, the wolves are out. Yes, the wolves are out. Hold on to what you found. Days are deceiving.
bit more energy out from Liquid after that one. A hell of a round to close from Skulls as the round gets snatched away. 9Z now in trouble, but we've seen them do it before here, Cole. They could do it all again.
I gotta run it back once more. We'll see if they can make it happen. A little bit less easy on the CT side of Anubis, but
it's actually crazy how different these two 9-3s feel.
yeah.
Like the fact that both maps... Like, I hope you're all feeling this at home in the chat. The vibe is just different. It's tough to communicate exactly why it's so different. I mean, it helps that, you know, T-side Anubis tends to be nice. But the vibe is distinctly different. Max trying to ruin the vibe.
Yeah, and think about the way that they closed out the half there with a massive clutch, a big I believe 2v5 pullback from Skulls, so beautiful way to end things off, but it could be a tough start to the second half in the same way, in which 9Z looking to respond with a pistol here with these quick headshots and forcing Liquid to rethink their decision-making here.
Ooh.
Oh, Martinez.
Martinez knows.
Hard cleared.
They all knew. Hit that shot, but no kill on. Still, this is interesting. Actually, if you did want to round in towards A, it's not the worst decision in the world because they got so aggressive on the flank. That's what Liquid are hopefully counting on. Not going to matter if you can't find the first fight. And this one's going to be clean for 9Z, so this is how it starts.
There you go. Earlier pickup as well. I believe it was Liquid rolling through there with the pistol on Nuke. If I'm not mistaken. Either way, it's going to be 9Z doing what they need to do to set themselves up just like they did last map on Nuke. So bringing through a big pistol into a full eco. No, actually, it was 9Z that won the pistol on Nuke CT side because
I'll take
saw the full eco from Liquid. With the bomb plant. It was surprising.
That's right. I'm just trusting you. My memory extends
Thank you.
about...
I appreciate that.
I'm the guy from Memento. Counter-Strike rounds.
They all fly by.
Yeki gone? Have you seen Memento? Is that before your time?
I have not. Sorry.
It's a classic.
From the 80s.
Can't really do that. I think it's, isn't it Christopher Nolan's first big movie?
Okay. Been hunting for older movies to watch, so I might give it a go.
Put it on the list. Martinez is hunting for kills. Eeks.
Hunting Eeks.
Sweet Eeks.
Lost his dualies.
Just had the dualies. Didn't invest. Trying to get the off next round.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be actually worth it to bring in the MP9, farm up some extra cash. Sometimes, you know the full Glock eco's coming through. You don't have to invest a lot. You get a AWP for your first gunner. It's almost future-proofing your purchase with all of the riflers, but you're right, yeah. So they'll take the space. Yeah, I mean, no one's watching this.
This is the audio queue. I don't know what they think they've heard, but that's a bomb plant. That's a bomb plant. The HE from Buddha is not close enough to deny this. Yeah, all right. Mission accomplished for Liquid. Absolutely a successful round. All of their patience was well worth it. Any kills from here on out, gravy on top of a delicious steak. It's already tasty. Can you make it more tasty? No. No gravy for you. But a bomb plant, that'll buy you a nice steak.
That it will.
They're in Texas.
$600.
Some quality beef down there.
That's a pretty expensive steak, but...
Get you some brisket, some ribs, maybe. Look, with the way some of those barbecue places charge in Dallas,
yeah.
I don't know if it'll get you that much. It's a team of 5, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, $600 per player. You're stacking up the money. Yeah.
Got a mental coach.
A bill can stack up pretty fast, I'm sure.
Stacks up. You ever wonder how expensive it is to run a CS team? Think about feeding them at barbecues. Those
are the real costs that you have to pay for.
You'll understand.
That's what the sticker money covers.
Bob said, let them eat ribs. Have a $500,000. Let them eat ribs.
We got another half buy here from Liquid, though. The bomb plant and the full eco.
DGT.
What do you think about this?
This is interesting. It's, I would say unorthodox. I'd say not ideal. Skulls has found one. That's the flank punish. Max and Huas are a little low. It doesn't feel like there's much going on here.
For me, it feels like these sort of purchases, when you're this careful with the economy, when you have this sort of lead, it feels like you're playing not to lose.
It's also just weird that NAF has then bought in.
Yeah. And hoping to do some economic damage. And they got a kill, but they don't have a lot of room for anything extra at this point here. They definitely don't have room to take any space towards A.
What's the idea between these two? I guess there's a world where Cadian just saves, but this is not the world that he chooses to live in. Or is it?
I think if you wanted anyone to save, it'd be Naf, because he only has $900. So you want Cadian to go down here and die, Naf to save so that, you know, he could still buy util and hold on to his AK, right? And then Cadian could still buy an op in the next.
Yeah, that does appear to check out. 15 seconds.
Maybe going for a little late bomb plant idea.
I mean, if he gets a bomb plant, he's a genius, but he won't get a bomb plant. Now it's time to die.
Hold on.
He'd get the one kill. Look, economic damage on there. Naf's going to be allowed to save as well, so that AK will live into the next. I mean, it does work. The op can now be acquired. They're going to have a stronger buy into this one. There'll be some limitations on Naf. But, yeah, I think I'm with you. That is a very interesting... It feels like they've totally switched philosophies from force buying at every possible opportunity to going for the most careful economic management. Maybe someone else got control of the finances. They got a new accountant.
Yeah, it looks like it, man. There's some wild decisions, and it's all to set you up for this gun round in particular. So we'll see if they can make some of those big investments in round losses to pan out here for a big win right now. Long-term gains, if you will. And Nate stacks onto Skulls, but he still shuts the headshot down and avoids the op scope with 5 HP. He gets away with an opening duel. Do we have Bogdan's Law and Dallas? He's still holding on to that thing.
I don't know that we see Skulls op very often.
Some players avoid the op like the plague.
Yeah, I don't know if he has that arrow in his quiver. I'm trying to think. He plays A on Ancient, doesn't he? You'd think you would see the op there sometimes.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh wait, he tossed it back.
Yeah, no, I don't think he likes that action, boss.
He did tested it out for a little what? Took it for a test drive.
He held it. He said, "This is too heavy.
This isn't for me."
Not my cup of tea." I respect it.
Oh man, mid crawl. It feels like a perfect read for Liquid, but they let Max get past.
Oh no!
Oh my God, Buddha lines him up as well. Oh
It's a
man,
perfect trap.
And look who's left.
The timing is brutal. And now poor Skulls, 5 HP, AK in hand, full rerouting here. This one a non-starter. They never got going. I mean, even with the kill, it felt static.
Yeah, and then look at the counterpart here. 9Z making constant motions in the 4v5. Go and take some A space there. You miss out on that. And 3 seconds left on the clock.
Oh,
okay.
He never turned.
Okay.
Never turned.
That'll do.
They'll slip on by.
Skulls somehow manages to live. But yeah, they find the opening loss here, the first death of the round, and then it's instant motions right towards middle, taking that space, reclaiming it, knowing that they have to be on the mobile here. They have to be on the move in order to offer up some relief here, and it's cohesive. And I felt like Liquid were just going to catch that, but instead, they catch some lead.
Those are the rounds that you see from a team that, like, if those happened to Liquid in January, you'd be like, new team. It's not January. It's closer to June. Like, that can't still be happening.
It's like a lack of direction.
Nobody clearing, nobody checking. It's just complete distraction. No one, like, they don't know what their assignments are in those moments. That's brutal. I mean, look, if that setup was good for 9Z, don't get me wrong. If they got 2 out of that situation, you'd be like, tough
and
break.
if trades come through.
But if they kill all 4, that's a blunder. A blunder from the other side. On to the techies now. The careful economic management still in effect. It's not a full force buy. It's a kind of force buy. It's multiple players on different pages force buy. The worst kind. Everyone is at a different
Oh, and an HE for the smoke right there. Everyone on the same page for 9Z. Martinez collects. Gets his opening duel. He's barely kicking, but he's got that op to do good work. Do you think that op's a rental right there?
From Martinez?
Yeah, it's the I can't remember. I've got a rental.
Oh, is it the new? It's the new box.
Yeah, I mean,
Did he rented the skins?
Did he rent the skin?
This is the new meta. You're playing in a big event. You rent all the shiny skins. You rent the guns that you want to have.
I've got that same op for 3 more days.
You gonna renew?
Yeah, if I can get more cases.
Uh-oh.
It's cool to play with skins.
Uh-oh. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can pretend you have a very expensive AWP.
Hey, man.
Let's be honest, in this
I don't pay.
coffee's more
I
expensive.
was about to say, I don't pay $3 for coffee anywhere, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's unfortunate.
Oh, Martinez. A little bit of a glimmer right there.
Buddha still managed to get one despite being on fire. Martinez follows it up. This is looking like a non-starter, and indeed,
It's a one-round ball game.
it's a one-round ball game.
And while the vibes didn't feel like it was going to be pretty straightforward, pretty simple to come back here for 9Z, it has been. They're 1 round away, and I don't even think they've hit their peak energy. This is a very cool, calm, and collected second map here, as opposed to what we saw out of Nuke, where they did need that burst of energy. They did need some life, and they had it. This has been some straightforward round wins, pretty dominant defenses. And it's been cool to watch this 9Z roster have both motions in them. But it's not that cool for Liquid right now.
No, there's not. I mean, there's a lot more CSC yet to be played, but this, again, this lead, it is reminiscent of Nuke, right? The lead is just evaporated. It's just gone.
Look at this setup, man. Smoke into the aggression, 8 Gs to back it up here. Naf, there's not a lot of safe places to stand for you. And what's the reaction off the back of that? You know a lot of resources are spent in this play, so now what space do you take off the back of that here? Twist looking to make some moves towards middle. And they take a main as well, so at least there is some reply from Liquid.
Buddha moving in. Taking up that tight corner. Do they clear it? Now they know. Now they know. They punish eventually. At some personal cost. Martinez pressing in towards Cave. If he could find this pick, if he could find this kill, oh, it's a leg shot. But they don't trade, they don't swing, they're not ready for it. They want to stack up, and eventually Skulls does have the trade. They're out the gap, but Skulls is gone, and oh no. They've overlooked Wasso. Can't deny the bomb. Just missed on the spray, and Twist eliminates. So corrections are being made. It gives Cadian the chance to clutch. Cadian, he's got the read. Knows where the last was as well. All right, he did damage to DGT. How does he frame this fight? Cadian and DGT. DGT, the hero of Nuke, now looking to shut this down. Cadian's got the line, but no killing blow just yet. There it is. It takes a few forays, but the clutch master in Cadian makes another magic moment happen.
That's just a huge relief right there for Liquid. Exactly what was called upon. A little bit of life in him. As they break through what I thought was going to be just a setup that could not lose there. Wasso peak. He had some tough decisions to make right there. Goes for that big spam through the smoke to try and deny the bomb and gets caught. So that's a very resilient round from Liquid and a really brilliant clutch from Cadian that needed to come through right there.
Tension on. Timeout being taken here. I think this is from the Liquid camp, I'd imagine. It is. It's their final timeout of this map. That's comms getting in, right? They're not pleased that took the clutch. They've got to figure out their economy a little bit, and they recognize that now, if anything, that's made this moment bigger. That's made this even more brittle. You can't immediately lose the follow-up. So, whatever ace you got in your back pocket, now's the time to reveal it. Now's the time to throw the cards down on the table. Interesting to me that Yeki's keeping 1350 spare. He might have had the smoke out of spawn. He might have actually had full belt of util in this. I'm not actually sure. Could have dropped
that, or it's going to be such a fast move where utility maybe not the biggest priority, but Twist right now leading the charge towards middle.
This is a big tempo change, isn't it?
Off spawn call here into an op though.
All the control.
He's still holding the line, but he gets flashed off perfectly.
This is looking good now. They've got the first beachhead. There's still a player coming in A main. Martinez does connect. DGT gets another, but Martinez gone. Even exchange, they will take that every day of the week. Bomb down now. The utility is gone for Liquid. There's nothing to hold them off from the chokes. Cadians, I think, has just found a smoke. And he's holding on to mid for the moment. That means that Twist is right now the only one who can receive him. There's the audio cue. There's the audio cue. That'll bring teammates back over. The flash is good. It doesn't matter. Twist all three. His vision clears. 4 in the round, and now he's letting them know. Now he's chirping.
Oh, he's getting loud right there, Twist. As he gets loud in the server, what a sequence right there. Fully flashed up by that utility, but clotheslines them on the inbound right there. They can't get past him. And that is perfect scaling. And that's a perfect pace change right there from Liquid, which was what they were looking for on Nuke. This extra element to this T side that gets them one step closer to Dust2. And as we said, they just want to make it to Dust2. To get to that point, Twist, man. That is absolutely sick.
Stars in his eyes, and he's making constellations. Ooh. That was the all-important one. That was the one they had to win. They've done it. That's got to be such a pressure release valve for Liquid, right? That just has to be like, just tension out. Just a muscle you didn't know you had clenched, just unclenched. 9Z, meanwhile, bricking it.
Yeah, it's right back. It's sitting right their way now at this point. They got one last scrappy purchase to work with here.
Look at Max. Look at Max. This is so aggressive. There's no way they read this. No one's looking for it. But Naf is, of course, Naf. Always ready. Now, are they prepared for Huaso to do the exact same thing? Skull's gone. He was already basically a phantom. And Huaso has thought better of following up Max straight into the breach.
What a save from Naf right there. Yeah, it honestly contains that space. But they're looking to reclaim it on the CT side, ready to spring into action maybe towards that A side. And it's going to be a very quick motion from Liquid. No hesitation on this move here. Also peeking towards deep A main. And that's left a big sacrifice towards B. It is very much so free for the taking here on the bomb site proper. There's no resistance except for just a lonely Huaso.
The big problem is you got no choke point util, right? There's no smokes, so this B main player is going to be a huge threat. He's out of position, so he's certainly not going to be able to deny this bomb plant. Actually going on an adventure here. They're wondering, like, where is... There's 4 players alive. There has to be something going on here.
There's the wake-up call. And Naf is right behind him, man. Naf knows he's just way too wise to these antics. And, yeah, shuts that flank off. That should be encouragement to call it. That should do the trick right there. That should get Liquid their 12th round and more opportunities to get to that Dust2, to get to that decider.
I'm just going...
Oh my god!
Alright, Twist. Alright, Twist. He's lethal. Look, you give him one multi-kill and he is lethal. Martinez at least able to punish that. That might just allow him to save. They're still hunting though. Cadian's still hungry. They know how valuable these guns are over to the 9Z side, and Martinez is got to be wary of getting pinched.
Ooh, the backs against the wall, he's good. Can make it out, but they only make it out with 2. 2 guns held on. And it's nightmare scenario here for 9Z of yes, you do have a couple of guns saved, but that is really all you're bringing to the table. It's going to be pistols to surround that purchase. Not going to be the easiest to work around. Actually, still able to hold on to a couple from losses, maybe tossed over to them. It's not completely empty-handed here. Still have some primaries to lean on. 4 chances to lay this one on in. Wow, so again, showing some shoulder right there.
Little dip of the hip.
Again. Risque.
Still living. Famai under threat. This time deleted. One too many Huaso peaks. You asking me? Swing in the Buddha. Martinez making this happen. Martinez gone just on the Buddha. Everybody's here. DGT has rotated around, and well, now it's just going to be DGT catches one with 8 in hand. A 1v2. Oh, brings it down to the clutch. Cadian on the line. This time it might be time for DGT's magic moment. He's found the first 2 words of the spell. Time for Alakazam! Oh, my goodness. We're not done here, Cole. We're not ready for Dust2.
Not just yet, man. DGT gets his revenge as well on the Cadian. A little redemption for that 1v2 that Cadian ripped away from them at the beginning of this half. And gets it right back. Takes it away from him. That straightforward path right there for Liquid onto the lovely scene of Dust. Instead, they gotta play on here. Still a dusty map, but hanging on to Anubis for a little while longer.
That moment's like a poppy seed right now. It's lodged in the back of their teeth. It's not going to bother them right now. But if they lose this one, ooh, it's going to be irritating. You had the moment. You had the chance to close it out. You're not going to think about it right now. It's like, whatever. Okay, we still got plenty of time. But you lose here.
Oh boy, DGT.
Oh, he's in trouble. They'll deal with him first. Can't clutch up if he's dead first. Bomb going down. There's such control here, but Max is going to give them an opportunity. Cadian, though, holds the line. The Gate Guardian right now. And he's found the lock. Oh, and he's keeping it under lock and key, one after another. Blown off its hinges now, but they have to come through the smoke. They know that. It's just desperation. NAF will deny. So that poppy seed, it's swallowed. No problem there. No issue, no irritation. Liquid with the win. One more map to find. We're going to Dust2.
Yeah, is that NAF being the floss right there for Liquid? Just plucking that poppy seed clean.
A very tough road for 9Z now.
Yeah, I mean, one of these two teams is going to be broken in terms of their flawless streak for these squads. So I'm with you. I think,
flawless.
Yeah, both of them. So it's going to be on the side of 9Z. It's a little less competition, right? It's domestic South American competition. Whereas again, we've seen some of the competition that Liquid have gone up to. Strawless. It's complexity earlier on. So you know that in a sense it kind of does work in Liquid's favor, but still, it feels like a powerhouse to finish the series, and a clash that was almost guaranteed. We have a knife fight up middle right there.
Huh?
You know,
that's a cultural misconception. That's
yeah.
Huh? Liquid's like, bro, where do you knife? You guys go at mid?
Wow.
No, the knife fight is that's where it's long. You could hear the typing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is that's how you know 9Z
That's
are young.
hilarious.
They don't even know where to knife them.
Yeah.
Bro.
Wow.
They don't know the culture. Well, they may not know the culture, but let's see if they can clutch out a knife round. They can indeed. All right, so choices side here. I will say, in Liquid's previous Dust2 outing today against Complexity, I think Twist was playing like his hair was on fire. That dude was nuts. Just, entering into tons of situations, making it happen for this team, really being a difference maker. And now NAF's clutching up by fixing someone's microphone. That's a homie.
I can do it all.
What a teammate.
Can solve the tech issues. Can do
Look at
just
these
about
guys.
everything.
Ay, look at these ratings. Look at NAF. Mr. Keith Markovich over there. That's them some numbers.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's been super consistent here, and especially rolling through. And that last map, a big piece of that. This Canadian duo just absolutely storming forward.
We call them Anadians in this moment.
I like that.
Because they might wind up being the only ones in the arena. So we got to make it work.
Yeah, we got to work with what we've got here.
I will say last year when I was in the arena, as the arena host, which I will be again, so if you're coming to Dallas, say hello. But last year we had a group of guys who came out waving Canadian flags to support Twist, who was there with
Oh, that's sweet.
and I tried to get one of them to sing O Canada for the arena to see if they could lead the arena in a rousing chant. And as soon as he started, got booed into silence.
Oh, no.
So I'm just saying, Dallas crowd, in Counter-Strike, we are all one North America. So maybe start learning the lyrics to O Canada, because we might need to know them.
The day that Dallas, Texas Stadium sings O Canada will be the day.
My crowding moment.
Yeah. That'd be one of your most impressive works right there, I'll have to say.
It's just a news story.
Yeah.
Dallas crowd seized by sudden mind virus sings Canadian anthem. All have been deported. Treasonous to America.
Good luck with that.
We'll get it happening. We'll get it happening one day.
Hey, maybe if Liquid make the finals.
Look, I'm just saying, crowd. You gotta work with me here. There's 3 Canadians on this roster. There's NAF, there's Twist, there's Canadian.
Nice. I was wondering if the third would be, but that makes sense.
You haven't heard me make that dumb joke before?
Yeah. No, I've not. First time.
That's a stable one. All right, we're back into it.
Honestly,
Cadian and Max facing off. The IGL battle of a lifetime.
You'd expect for the cohesion to be there with Cadian and the Canadians, but...
Ooh. Double dually peak in towards lower. This is cheeky.
That's a little abstract take on the Xbox smoke, I think.
Was that... You think that's what that was meant to be?
Maybe like a hinge smoke or something? I'm not sure either way.
Mist hinge smoke?
It's a mist smoke. I know that for a fact. It doesn't matter if you're walking into constant headshots. Martinez off the clothesline. And one more to go there. Cadian finally able to put it to rest, but feels like a bit of a hollow victory.
Well, it's not done. He's got the one isolated player towards car, but it is the deep car angle for Max. Certainly a lot of noise, so Max is not going to be shy about knowing how this works. Oh, and Max is going to put this away. No problem. No hezzy. Martinez, you did the work. I'll make sure we see it through. No concerns here. I was just straight assassinations. One, two.
Oh my goodness, was that his first 3 bullets?
Three bullets,
kills?
3 kills. That's
I like
beautiful.
that. I like that. I feel like oppers are just always so good with USPs as well.
It's almost like the person with the best aim gets the op eventually.
Yeah. And it shows when they have those pinpoint precise headshots rolling out. You have the same situation here with the dual Berettas, but this time it's actually up against a force buy, and this time it's Liquid with a little bit of a momentum rolling through, punishing it. They didn't expect this force buy. Now it's dual Berettas versus a Tech 9. And while the dualies do reign supreme, but that requires some tough headshots there.
Was DGT trying to shoot that gun out of their reach?
I would assume so. There's no way he hit it on accident, right?
No, I think he was trying to shoot it so he'd be more exposed to beyond the smoke.
So he couldn't grab it?
I mean, I love the idea. It does not work here because Swish just picks it up and then follows the trace. But I love the idea. What a disaster in this round. Martinez, I mean, at this point, is just going to save.
Since save a Tech 9?
He's going to save a Tech 9.
There's an MP9 lower, I know.
He's got, well, I mean, he's got armor, head armor, nade, Tech 9.
Yeah.
There's not an MP9. He picked up the Tech 9 off the player died tunnels.
Wasn't there one lower?
Maybe. Perhaps.
Someone died there.
His comrade? I think they came in with pistols, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
Either way, I mean, it's still a...
Oh, there it is.
Oh, nice.
You're correct. MP9 to be claimed. Come on, Martinez.
He wants to. Not super interested in it. No.
You'd rather have the tech.
Sure. Yeah, you can buy an op.
Teammate.
Buy an op.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Force?
Oh, yeah. Hero op on Dust2 is a whole nother level.
Oh, you're right. This is the map for it, isn't it?
I think 9Z took the lackadaisical approach because the entire way through this game, Liquid have been very careful with their economy. But that's when they were up 9-3. They're down 1-0, so it's a whole different story for them. They got to play to win.
Huaso Peak is a very interesting bit of personal flair. He's taken the pop filter off of his headset. So every time he makes a P sound, his teammates hate him. Oh, these nades, Buddha still somehow alive, limping out of that exchange with a tag on Cadian. This is getting frisky, and Buddha will not escape. Nick makes sure of that Huaso Peak, though. Putting a little Huaso on that. Little spice. Martinez, does Martinez realize that Yeki's gotten through this door?
Not at all.
Does he clear it? He scoped up.
That's a fast flick, it almost feels like, and well, misses the timing. Now YEKINDAR can strike off the back of that, and strike he will.
He didn't have an MP5. DGT in the corner, overlooked, but okay, instant trade. It's well taken care of, and Huaso has a decision to make, especially with that smoke up here. Yeah, that's the decision made. I don't feel like going for this. I don't like pop filters, and I don't like walking through this smoke.
Do you think every time he swings someone, he hits the Huaso Peak on him? And that, yeah.
Huaso Peak! And it peaks his mic.
Yeah. Like
Can you tell the hour's getting late here, folks?
Catchphrase.
He's like a Pokemon. He says Huaso Peak every time he shoots. They're just all calming, and he's just saying Huaso. All right, we're getting a little Looney Tunes out here. But we'll get this back under control. The hour's getting late.
Cadian's getting loud, and I think it's important as the hour gets late to actually bring some life into this team here. I mean, sometimes the tired ice can glaze over, and that's where I think getting loud and using that burst of energy can certainly help.
He's like dealing with a B rush. He's just trying to go on peak. Instead of calling numbers. All right. All right.
Over it.
We're back into this. You have shambled me. I have been trampled by this. So Wasabeak is the one. I can't do it. Oh my God. Oh boy. All right.
He's got the hero rifle now.
Professional. I'm a professional. And so is Wasabeak. Molotov in here. A little bit of a massacre on. Twist and YEKINDAR deal with that. Wasabeak, whatever he's saying, he is gone. He's not saying much of anything anymore. Buddha and DGT, just the USPs. We weren't expecting much out of this round. We're not getting much.
Fully settled. And you don't want to talk too much when you're gone. DGT's got a little boost position. I feel like this is one of those spots where you don't really want to reveal in a round like this. You want to let it set in. Give them a false sense of security. And we'll see him get no action. So it's just going to be Buddha with a USB with his back against the wall. And well, that's one way to handle him. A flying NAF right there should do the trick. And DGT might be... I wonder if they removed that A1S from the scene. I think they have. It's not recoverable. DGT's on the hunt, but it's nowhere to be found. And only a matter of time before he's dealt with. I'll do the trick.
He's probably just trying to sneak away, see if he could catch like one player isolated, steal a gun, but secret agent mission unsuccessful here. So, now back into the fray they go, this time with slightly better armament, you'd imagine. Based on my lip reading, I can confirm he was saying something other than Wasabeak. So I'm afraid our crafting has not worked out. Look at this, though. 4 players in towards the long fight early, setting up utility. That means the rest of the map's relatively vacant, but they're ready to brawl here. And there's going to be no one coming to the party.
You went on a solo adventure here, but he's got teammates behind him, and that's what he was looking for right there. Is a little bit of ground to gain. He's got the B side clear.
This is a save.
It should be.
Save.
You don't like retaking this bomb site.
No, you do not. Let's see if 9Z know that yet. Oh, no, not quite yet, but that's exactly why. Through the choke points, you just got so little information. You had no idea that Yeki was that far forward, that far advanced. And now the bomb down. And this is one of the brutal realities of playing Dust2 at a top-tier level. You're down in numbers, you're trying to retake that B site? No, you aren't.
What do you think's less retakeable, the A side of Inferno or the B site of Dust2?
B site Dust2.
Is that an easy answer? I think current day, I think it used to be Inferno was harder with the old like Go Inferno, but now I definitely think Dust2's harder.
Yeah, I think I tend to. I think I'd agree. You've just got so many more angles of approach on Inferno A site. Specifically, one more of them. They're hunting up these kills here. Buddha's not getting anything. Let's see. Does he live? They're so hungry on Team Liquid. Oh,
wow. What a call to make there from YEKINDAR. Just running solo out B?
It's reminiscent of the space he was taking on Nuke, right? On that T side, getting into towards Secret consistently, really just being a thorn in their side. He just knows. I mean, it's spawn-based Counter-Strike, right? You got the time, you got the space, he's out. There's the lurk smoke, and he takes the edge of it. It's brilliant.
I love that lurk smoke as well. Tossed in early in the round so that he can get that space out of the gates.
Every time I see his lips move, I just... Oh, you shambled me. Fortunately, it's back onto an ego where I'm thinking about it. And that is a hell of a Wasabeak.
There you go. Hit him with it.
He can say it.
It's well worth one. One of those moments he only reserves for the greats, and that is a beautiful shot to kick things off. And they're going to look to reclaim this space as well. Now it's a DGT peek right around that corner, and going to give Cadian a task, and one he's up to for sure. Dismissed. 3 more to go on this A side. Still pretty heavily stacked, so if this is kind of lackadaisical from Team Liquid, they're going to run into some problems. So they're very careful and they're cautious, but Martinez with 2 quick deagle shots turns it around so quickly, and now YEKINDAR up against Max. Looking to seal that deal, and that HE will do the trick.
Even then, though, this is just the first test, right? The bomb is down in the long house.
Martinez is an op.
He's got an op. He picked it up. He found it, and now you're in real trouble. Oh, off just the 5-7. Now there's an upgrade. It goes from bad to worse for Yeki. This guy's had a monstrous start here to Dust2. 10-1. What's interesting here is they left the bomb behind. Martinez doesn't actually know what he has.
Yeah, but now he's on the right line here, has the right idea. He's got a teammate that's joining forces. 20 seconds left to make it in towards B. There definitely is time. But it's if he meets that resistance here of Buddha.
Oh, he's good. He's going to be good. I mean, the Molotov, if anything, actually, is just like lighting the beacons. Gondor calls for aid.
But
and by
how
Gondor, I mean the B site.
Be here so fast to deny this?
He's on the door. He's on the door. There's the tap. He pulls off of it, expecting this, and that's the round win. So a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra sweetness. Keeps it down to just one player surviving, but a round win slipped through from 9Z. That's a disaster. An eco that Liquid have given up.
I mean, Martinez right there just rips that round away from him. 2 quick 1Ds. It sours out so quickly. What felt like a stabilization opportunity goes very, very wrong. YEKINDAR's up catwalk as well. So there's just so much space gathered.
So much space, so much damage done. You're almost in cruise control if you're Liquid, and that's exactly what causes the problem, because Martinez is one hell of a speed bump. And then you just get the bomb isolated. It takes so much time out. That one's got to be a little frustrating, especially if you're YEKINDAR. It feels like he's done so much, and it's still not going to net you the win. So right back to the drawing board. Right back into the mines. Another shift to draw here on the frag mines.
Oh, beautiful position, but also just, it feels like, again, that's an easy protocol. Always a flash around that corner. Always some utility to bait that out, shut out. Instead, it's a YEKINDAR dry peek. And, well, he's been getting away with that a whole lot. Tried to get away with it one more time, and this time Martinez has that op from last round ready to punish.
This still could be a problem, though. The split in towards B is always deadly. DGG trying to play the spamming timing. Preemptive smoke to block window.
That's an interesting one.
It stalls them out as much as anything else. And you can tell it's giving Liquid something to think about. It's giving them pause. There's not actually anyone playing behind it, right? But in doing that, they have to go for this re-smoke in towards mid, so it's more utility spent. You almost feel like you can part that. You can't, actually. DGT going on a fact-finding mission, but they've dodged him.
Oh man, Buddha keeping him at bay though. Molotov gonna head his way. Caught by the flashes, but still finding the kills. USP's out, but finish off eventually. In the back of the site though still lies Max, and he's looking to hold off the line. Martinez has coverage as well. And it could go from an eco into a gun round conversion here. Into a turnaround here for 9Z, and smiles on the faces as well.
9Z might have gotten away with one there. In terms of, I think if they went fast off the first smoke, they were in real trouble off the positioning, but called the bluff.
Oh, wow.
Didn't work out. And some nice shots from the B defenders as well. That tough fight through the doors. If you're too passive in that situation, you just wind up getting pinched from both angles, and it's disastrous. Instead now, okay, hold on. We've got the long take. Spawn 1 by Team Liquid. Yeki's got the room.
Oh my god.
Round to gain. Molotov into harass, but I don't think they realize there's a player ahead of blue. Oh, I don't think they know about the close angle. Just on the edge of this, YEKINDAR edging around, but he's not got the kill. The trade is there. So still successful for Liquid. For 9Z, they'll still have the numbers up to defend. Martinez will be left on the angle with the AWP, his teammates trying to get some information elsewhere on the site. But it's really just this long take. A very passive hold from Skulls outside of the tunnels. Team Liquid do not necessarily seem to have a plan B here.
You have a lot of time to route this one. Martinez caught in the open. DGT left on his own devices and can't hold the line. That's a really good disruption by Liquid to break that setup apart, make sure that they can't unify.
Skulls is just walking out. He's just caught the smoke, but he's realized he caught the timing. He's calling them around. He's calling them around. They just left. Such a play from Skulls. This very passive, slow maneuver, but now he's gained it all. The only potential issue is that they don't have a
cross.
They don't have one.
That's going to help.
That makes life a lot easier. Is there smoke picked up as well? No. A player's still stuck in towards mid. Now they know they haven't made their way through. They jump the op. It was a big risk for sure. But one that pays off. And look at this, already ready for the hunt. Is Cadian. He will rip the op from Martinez's hands.
And they know Max is stuck CT. If Cadian's cutting that cross off as well, that means Max can be one place and one place only. Got legged by Cadian at the start. Enough. He's going to be diligent enough to do the damage necessary. No saves. And a really well-placed round. It felt like they didn't have a plan B until Skulls was able to take some initiative there. And once he finally does, it gives him that space.
It's just enough damage over on towards A to convince them of the need to rotate and gamble. And the timing from Skulls is impeccable. That's the kind of thing that's really exciting to see if you're a fan of this Liquid roster as well, because those are the kind of little moments that where you're communicating map to, site to site, complete opposite side of the map, that are what Liquid has at times struggled with, right? Getting that instantaneous communication, that understanding of what your teammate's doing, and finding the timing. It's a very nice play.
Yeah, that means the communication is flowing here for the side of Liquid, and as they head into this decider, and you're up against some tough opposition here on this decider as well. Well, you have to be sharp. You have to be on point. You saw in some of those rounds what it can cost when you're not. When you get ecoed, when you get blasted by Martinez. But right there, they make no mistake. Manipulate that rotate right off that B site. Oh, look at this, Martinez. He wants to take that control. Oh my god, what an off-spawn call again. Smoke mid to be already in. A gap in it, but it allows YEKINDAR to use it for another opening pick for him. It's Martinez to cut it off, but he's got fights on a couple different fronts here, and he's winning all of them. One more kill out of the MP9, not quite. Buddha goes down eventually, but Martinez can still defend with the USB. The sidearm does a trick, and it's Liquid shut out.
Thought they had the pace, thought they had the speed, and to be fair, they did. But they're also at an MP9 in the window. Not what you expect to just shut down your take, shut down your hold. Again, another fast, strong round from YEKINDAR. The teammates just couldn't quite follow the pace, it seems.
Like the idea. Again, every time that Liquid go for these big pace changes, I feel like it's always at the right time. Just ended up walking into a heavy stack bomb site. Long fight right now rolling in favor of Buddha. A labored spray comes through there, but they give it back in the form of DGT. And Martinez right around that corner. A kid duking it out. More utility being tossed out.
Oh, big find. This time there will be no Skulls lurk. They've dealt with it. They know they've got heavy presence out towards long. They want desperately to kill Buddha in the pit, and now they've done it. But they've committed so much in terms of resources. They've got a single smoke and a single flash and whatever they can pick up off the bodies.
They're walking up long wall right now while they're retaking Cat here. They're going to get caught off guard by this play.
Martinez.
Oh my god.
Second shot lands. Just a tag, not a frag just yet. Cadian's still up. Cadian dealt with. The USB comes out, and yeah, Martinez, you let them know.
I mean, he's hitting monster form right now, man. 15 kills. He got him through that Deagle round. He's been getting him through a last couple as well. Constant multi-kills. He is so quick on that re-up on the scope right there. It is instant. You don't have a time to trade him.
That's a... I'm not much of a lip reader, but that's a vamos.
I've been hearing a lot of those after they won versus Mouse. I'm sure it's coming out now.
Would imagine.
Man.
Liquid economy broken. With only 2 rounds left in this F, but they're not going to have much in this.
This sort of opping is exactly what I think Dust2 is perfect for, man. Martinez is going to thrive in this environment. Being all over the map, and it feels like every time if you're Liquid, you're running into this op here.
I will say, I don't know if the data actually bears this out, but my anecdotal experience is Dust2 does feel like a pretty defensively lean map right now.
I'm going to agree with you there, yeah. From what I've seen a lot of very strong CT sides.
I don't know that we have a big enough sample size to draw huge conclusions, but
the feeling's there, and I feel it too.
the vibe is definitely there. Let's see. So that's your silver lining, Liquid fans listening. The not so silver lining is they've almost fumbled several leads. So what happens when they don't have a lead? That's the not so silver lining. What happens when 9Z doesn't need to pull off a ridiculous comeback?
Yeah, what happens when Martinez takes over the Surfer as well?
Monster performance. 17th kill. Jeez.
Okay. Oh,
Nasty ass snap. Might still have something to say about that. He spots out the next. She'll allow him bond plant. Of course, he's hungry for the kill, not the plant. Knows he has an isolated fight, and that might just be what he needs, but it's going to be too many to ask. Not happening here and now. 2 nice deep shots, no more. And a little excited fist bump there coming through from the coach as we get ready for the final round of the half.
I mean, making sure to show some love. The man at the end, Buddha. Got him through that mouse game.
And now this time they said, all right, Martinez, your turn.
Can you do it for us? Can you close it out? And this utility is powerful.
Loses himself.
Yeah, lost in the... I mean, well, really the flashbangs got him. Not even lost in the sauce. The utility. Just too much to bear. Buddha might get some action on this B set once again, though. At HE on a twist. Oh, when are they going to throw it? Skulls is making the proactive move here. He's going to look to dance around the smoke. At HE, there it is. It's going to blow open. It's going to expose them all right there to 2 rifles that deal with them quickly. Skulls with an AK eventually does finish, but it's Max who's whipped out the deagle, and he's looking for them all. He will find them all. The sidearm gets the job done, and 9Z, they finally head into a half with the lead.
Be just anyone. I'm not just anyone. I'd rather keep my hood up, walk the world alone, and make it on my own. Then you claim that you're the reason that I got where I'm going. And I'm not interested in settling for the hell of it. All these people want convenience, I want more. The wolf is howling at the door, And now it's up to the clock before the last lock hits the floor. Wait, you got in my way. Think I finally got it figured out. You can take a seat, oh please, I'm busy. I don't wanna let you let me down. I don't wanna let you let me down. Take a seat, oh please, I'm busy now.
Awesome Peak is live in the server, ready to get going here, underway, but it's been a tale of the Opper. In this map, it's been a tale of Martinez. And if he's saying his name, you know what he deserves to at this point. Been monstrous, really propelled 9Z back into that one. And so finally, 9Z is staring at a second half where they don't deficit, where they can just battle through like it's a normal half of Counter-Strike.
That's got to be such a relief right there. He got Martinez, I think, on 140, 80 yards. We hop into the second half as an Opper. So that's pretty good. He started it off with a pistol round as well. The big impact.
On the other side of things, YEKINDAR having a very strong start to that game. Some very strong rounds indeed. Big space taken over towards B, playing the spawn timings. But again, slightly akin to Nuke, it did feel like 9Z started to get a better feel for what he was trying to do towards the end of that.
Now we'll see if that powerful performance on that T side can lift them up again. We said, you know, potentially leans CT side here. We'll see if that feeling continues. As it is going to be YEKINDAR looking for more opening duels here. But DGT out and towards Blue Ben. It looks like there's a good read on the situation at the very least.
Oh, he's hunting up this specifically and assassinating, dealing with that long control. You got nothing here now. A better leave at 9Z. They want to get out of the neighborhood. I'm going to be able to rotate off of this. No strong indicator just yet about which way they want to lean. Kind of milling about a bit. Presence on catwalk. Could be a play through mid in towards B. But they better get this smoke down because there are eyes all over the place for Liquid. Here comes that smoke. It is indeed going to be the play through towards B.
Oh, yeah.
Flashbang stalls him. Here comes another. Whoop. Assassination. Nice shot out from Twist. Looking for more. Hunting it up. Confirming the bomb. His life lost. But there's still Naf to deal with in the back of the site. And as they swing, Naf repositions. His teammates now rallying. Buddha will find this one, but there's work to do to confirm a bomb plant. And 2 players to contend with. Bomb going to be committed down. Skulls has found the space, and the bomb denied. Nicely played from Skulls, not getting sucked into the fight, letting his teammate and his opponent do the work for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly played right there. Skulls, he's playing smart. CS to close out that round right there, making sure that there's no mistakes, that it's an impossible round here. Buddha either sticks the bomb and tries to, or gets taken down or gets off it to try and kill him. His teammate's far removed, so that is a pistol that they need to start things off. Quickly look to equalize. We got a little force buy for Martinez, a little faith placed into him with this scout. Understandable that 9Z give him some tools, some resources, even on a round where they don't invest a lot. They say, hey, you can go or whatever you think you can work with here. And if you do get a couple of scout headshots, maybe turn this quickly in our favor. A couple tags go a long way. But nothing given right now from Liquid. YEKINDAR might give him a fight. Playing around that smoke. There it is. The tag lands, and that'll scare him off for now.
Scout tag like that will scare a lot of folks. Up the catwalk they go. Cadian does not have the gun for this fight. MP9 at the ramp. Better be hoping they would get really rampy with it.
Smoke is going to help, kind of, but it feels like they could just work around it.
It's almost a functional lurk smoke for them to a degree.
Oh no.
Yeki out. Now it's pressure on. He was the low player. Cadian is able to snatch that gun. Skulls comes in for support, but they got to be careful not to let these pistols close the gap. Cadian's now low. A bomb plant might be possible here. Cadian gone. And Naf Pogo sticking his way to make sure this one doesn't get weird. Backstopping that round. Guns can be recovered. And Liquid don't even concede the bomb money.
Yeah, a little bit scary right there, but they deny the bomb plant and they only lose 2. And again, you've got Martinez that goes for the big investment in that round as well.
Seeing Zeus just biting his nails behind them, I think he's very relaxed right now, personally.
Yeah. Again,
not stressed at all.
This is the half that determines if you make it to the playoffs, if you make it to the stage or not.
You gotta do it the easy way or the hard way.
Absolutely.
Wasso peak, catching YEKINDAR getting so aggressive amid. Just trying to take it all the way. And that's not one he'll get away with.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same idea, right? You want to give YEKINDAR the freedom to work with how well he's playing right now. But shut out instantly. But 2 more fill the void. They're trying to bait for Twist. Try and play these close range angles. A lot of players converging in on mid.
There's a play around. Utility, I mean, they're past this, right? So this isn't really going to sell much of anything. It's actually leading to the very heavy Liquid lean the other way around. But no, it's pulled them. They're not trusting it. That one lurk smoke out of tunnels is pulling so much presence off of the long fight. And now Skulls is in a lot of trouble.
At least get one quick rotate. Yeah, back's turned. Both of them have no idea of this long control. That one lurk smoke just sells it completely. Hook, line, and sinker and Twist. Might give it a little bit of a go here, but I think the bomb was tossed over for Max to lock in those numbers.
Yeah, with DGT out towards pit. Gonna try. He's expecting the late lurk. That's at least a good idea. So there's a player just in tunnels now. And Buddha making his way on out, but this one's looking good for 9Z to find their 8th. To crack into this second half early.
That's just a brutal read right there as well. You've got a player solo in mid and a player solo in B. It's never the game plan to go towards the B side, but you've got 2 lurking smokes out in that direction, right? Yeah. Nothing saved, man. Buddha still closes out that kill. But the only game plan was to go out towards long. That was the end goal there. It was always going to be that case for 9Z. And of course you're going to rotate. If you've got no one on B and they throw a lurk smoke, you're going to send a player there. It only makes sense.
That's going to be a painful one. For Liquid as a whole, I mean, you have 2 players just completely tunnel visioned. Never prepared for what's coming your way. You feel like you've just been led around by the nose. Full stack for Liquid. Very limited rounds. They go for the major long play, and, well, they picked poorly.
Jeez.
Time to back away. It's B-take. Bomb will be down, and this one's just got to be conceded. No world where they can think about getting into this.
Not a chance. Back-to-back, which feels like flawless reads for 9Z. At this point...
Real kick in the teeth.
Yeah, exactly. No longer just a poppy seed there.
It's a boot.
At least they do get to hold on to all their guns.
That is nice. You basically get the do-over on the force buy while you're still saving. Presumably, that's what they'll do. Theoretically, I guess you could invest the remaining money and just keep growing. But that feels a little Ponzi scheme-ish.
I mean, as I always say, you can always buy a deagle and armor and continue to make money as long as you lose. That loss bonus will stack up eventually.
The Intel Extreme Masters would like to confirm that Cole Extra McHenry is not capable of giving financial advice. Please do not buy a deagle every round.
Especially when it comes to your matchmaking games.
Please do not tilt your pug teammates into oblivion. So what's going to be the solution here for Liquid? They got the same tool set as last time. Did they go back to the same solutions? Did they change things up? Obviously, that was a hard read onto a long fight. Probably not going to do the hard read onto a long fight again, unless this time 9Z go long.
Yeah. I mean, you could make that gamble again, or you could try and figure out a way to set up YEKINDAR with his rifle again. When you have players that are playing very well, you kind of want to lean on that when times get tough. See if they can pull you through a round, especially in a lower buy, where he's one of the 2 that have a hero rifle. But they're rolling it back, saying, no way you rush B again, and, well, my God, they just might do it. They just might run it back. Let's see what Skulls can do. It's another B rush here. They have completely read this one. Rush B until it does not work. And Skulls is in between them all.
Oh, how much can he get past? They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Oh, he's getting nothing for it. Disaster on. Martinez sussed up that something might have changed. So it's going to be another save.
I love that call from 9Z so much, man. It feels like
if it ain't broke.
And you're ahead at that point. It's Liquid saying there's no way they do it twice, and then 9Z just throw it right in their face.
You know what I bet they're saying now? No way they do it a third time.
No, they just might. They just might be that crazy.
I mean, it keeps working. They keep playing light on B. Don't have choke point util. The thing is, as well, if you're 9Z, right, and you're thinking about why you would do that, they don't have choke point util. So it's either everyone's stacked there, or you have the advantage.
Honestly, HEs and tunnels as the smoke is fading is like the best way to deal with a B rush.
Yeah.
So you're exactly right. This time they will have choke point util. This time you'll probably have a more standard setup.
You would imagine if it's the 5-man off spawn call, 9Z are truly mad scientists here.
Oh, they don't have a great B spawn, but I see a lot of players turned in that direction.
They're doing it. They're doing it. No, 3.
Ah, just 3.
That's like... Did they just go out? Surely not. Okay, Molotov's in. Yeah, no. For a moment, I believe. For a moment, I almost hoped. But it's not to be the case this time.
Oh my god. Shading's just left middle. He's going to be back turned again as they walk out. It's free. It's a free pick.
They heard him all the way. Twist has to go Super Saiyan here if they're going to get anything out of it. Naf finds something. Stays alive. That's huge. Massive, honestly. And it gives his teammate an opportunity, but even then, it still leaves Yeki in a 1v2 where his position is completely known and he's getting pinched. He has to make a play one way or another. And shot in the back. There's just no solutions there. That's disastrous. 9Z now are just in spitting distance of closing this series. 9Z are 2 rounds away from confirming their spot in the playoffs of IEM Dallas, from marking themselves as a playoff contender of the 100th IEM.
I mean, that would be surreal. I don't think anyone had that at all. I don't think anyone expected this sort of performance out of 9Z. But this team works hard. And the double op is what they're going to use to try and save them here. What they're going to use to try and slow things down. And stop this momentum from 9Z. Stop 9Z from getting in your heads. Because that's where they've been these last 3 rounds. Where they've just had the perfect read. Last 4 rounds even.
This time there's some sort of control for Liquid. This is something that hasn't existed really much this half. They have control towards tunnels. But Twist is now lost. That's just a straight duel from spawn.
And they're going to reclaim tunnels control. Now, good move from YEKINDAR to at least try and contain this space as his teammate rotates off. That is at least good news here. But he doesn't commit for too long. It's just this timing game that he has to work through. And I don't know if he's going to win this timing game here.
They clear back in towards mid. How do they
He's pressuring long. Max just got a kill on the opposite side of the map. You're going to rotate your stack over there. And 9Z, the coast is clear towards B. The coast is clear towards series point and qualification to playoffs point.
What better way for 9Z to march into series point than to march into an empty B site? Liquid have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, time after time on this side of the map. And there's nothing to do for it but to save. There's nothing to do for it but to save. To march in with sticks and stones into the next and try and battle just to keep yourself alive here on Dust2. You know, we said it before this match. One of their streaks is ending. Right now, it's looking like Liquids might just evaporate.
Got the money for the hunt. Give it a go. They're finding the kills here. Holding on to these guns should be a bit of an easier task.
Should be.
Not guaranteed, though. YEKINDAR somehow managing to route his way around it. Jumping up. Would having some fun with it. Same case will be true for Martinez, but man, YEKINDAR fights hard. He'll be able to hold on to his guns. So 3, I think the double up still maintained. But what can you do? You can have all the firepower in the world, but if you're walking into these free bomb sites, it doesn't matter what tools you have.
That's just the brutal reality, right? It feels like Liquid are willing to give up B at the drop of a hat. And 9Z apparently have a lot of hats.
Just throwing them on the floor.
Timeout used. Might as well. Can't take them with you into the next game. Doesn't seem like they're doing a lot of talking.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I mean, again, you've got to figure out a way to slow down this, but I think Max is taking control of the server right now and showing some of the peak calling that this guy can do when the pressure is on.
There we go.
There we go. Sue's trying to get loud here.
Get some energy in there. Get some juice going. Meanwhile, it still smiles on the face. I love that you can see with Max when he's leaning forward. Just got this little bit of a going right.
Goodness gracious.
Last long.
They've already lost one towards middle as well. Naf plucked out of the server as he tries to cross. And I mean, it's a coffin in mid. No other way to start off a Dust2 round than just plucked out and watch from the sidelines as the rest of your roster fights for their life. Or at least fights for this upper bracket run.
The terror of Dust2. They're so expecting this tendency breaker because, again, they just have no B presence. There's none. And hearing that player getting towards lower, tagged up Twist, now they know there's one wounded player at least on this B site. The Sharks are circling. There's blood in the water right now, and this lurk smoke's now been thrown out towards B, and still, Liquid won't budge the stack. They catch the cat player. That's something. That's something. That's the first piece of the puzzle, but he spotted 2, and that's going to embolden his teammates. Ground to be gained. Real estate. Free and ripe for the taking. Twist on the line. He hits the shot. Needed that. Needed that. A second one to follow, and finally, Liquid are putting up resistance here on the beta site. Falls to Martinez and DGT. They could just opt for the save, but there's still time aplenty to try and twist the screws on Team Liquid. And even if they can't see this one to the finish line, economic damage here is worth its weight in gold. There's the nade, the pop, and YEKINDAR will make sure that that is never a threat. Finally, Liquid find their footing.
Yeah, this is a map where YEKINDAR's right now trying to just get them across the finish line and try and keep them alive, especially in that 4v5. I will just say, I mean, the first is real mistake I think we've seen out of 9Z, just not smoking that door when they have the utility to get it done. And that buys Liquid some time here. And YEKINDAR punishes fully. Oh my god! Playing a dangerous game here.
Terror of Dust2.
You saw what happened in that last round. Ooh.
That's not where that flash is supposed to go. A little bit more resistance on B. Now they're finding it to be a stiffer defense. Yeki gets caught off. And now without the guy who's been the hero of this map,
Oh
the
boy.
rest of Liquid find their defense.
Buddhist missed it, but the smoke's gonna fade. And oh my god!
Oh, someone looked left.
My god!
Someone looked left.
My god!
Someone turn left. Zoolander duel out here. You can't turn left. The tension I feel in this moment. Somebody turn.
Oh my god!
Please.
How?
Naf is found to kill elsewhere. What is happening here?
How long can this stay?
They're laser focused. They're just tunnel visioned in. Who makes an audio cue? Who turns? Who quick switches? A footstep to end this. How long will we be caught in this eternal struggle? It feels like this is just a second ticking by into eternity. The rest of the round is unfolding, but I can't look away. He's just left.
No way.
Left. They stood next to each other for 30 seconds, and Skulls has just left, and he's going to find the bomb. Now the pinch on in, but they'll never expect the player long. Cadian is so confident that there's nothing coming. And what's about to happen? 2 found. Skulls, when does he realize? Where's the third? Where's he got to? Now they know, and it won't cost them.
I can't believe it.
That is, I think, one of the most absurd things I've ever watched in all of the many thousands of hours of Counter-Strike I have witnessed. That feels like just surreal.
They were back to back for 40 seconds.
I cannot wait for Skulls to go back and watch that.
Wow. I mean,
For Buddha to see what that was.
you've got to consider as well, if Buddha finds that kill, where's Cadian left but no man's land on the A site with 2 fights? That could have been Curtains instead. An absolute miracle of a timing.
That genuinely might be, if Liquid battle back into this, that's the moment.
Well, what's crazy is they're never going to even know that moment. They're not going to understand what just happened.
Not until they go back.
Not until they, and that's going to be the moment in which they...
I have a suspicion that one might spread a little bit. Might be seeing some of that on the Twitter.
Absolutely.
Reddits.
Oh,
wow.
man. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
Witnessed.
Oh, my God. And now, I mean, again, this puts him in a powerful position. A half buy here, rolling through for 9Z. Some purchasing, some not, but trying to just even out that economy. And this allows for Liquid to just inch their way back into this game. You can only imagine the hunger that's in this team right now to right the ship and get to a playoffs again where they would certainly have that home field advantage.
Certainly. This is a crowd that's hungry for Liquid. Hungry.
Oh, yeah.
For this team to show up, for this team to make their presence known. Only one found for Skulls out towards long, but elsewhere on the map, things are turning well for Team Liquid. They got the overwhelming weight of the health off that first exchange. The man advantage to boot. While long control has been conceded, Buddha just hits an absolute sniper of a shot out towards Car. It is just this long presence that they have to contend with now. The rotation is here as well. Twist coming in to support. Both ops on the line.
Oh, no.
Canadian tries to take it all in command. And now it falls to DGT. The nade will do it. Just the barest bit of shrapnel to tickle his toes. But that's enough to finish off this round. And right now, Liquid do not care how they're winning. By hook or by crook, they just need these rounds.
Just 2 more. That's all that they need here. We'll wipe the slate clean for this squad. Sigh of relief could come through. It's easier said than done here. We're going to go again fast towards this long play here. Wasso Peak making it. No, not quite. Actually cut off by YEKINDAR. And he finds another one. YEKINDAR shutting down the long play and shutting down this full buy into a 5v3.
Control established again here. What can they do to upset the apple cart? Twist suspecting someone might have been through the mid play. It's not to be just, yeah. Cadian comes back into the angle. He's not been having a great time of it here on Dust2. But now holds the most important choke point on the map at present moment.
They're going to stand still. This time there's actually doors in between them.
Battle of the wills. Battle of the patience.
You know, the pressure's on Martinez to make the move here, not KD. They got a 5v3. They can coast.
There's still a molly on Skulls. There's still a nade on Yeki. The nade is now gone. But the Molotov, at the right moment.
And what about now?
Okay, now they've got no utility. They've got a single flashbang. I mean, that might have been enough. It was a little early, perhaps.
The same is true for the T side. They don't have any flashes to get past the line here, and especially if Cadian comes back, tosses in on the late G. I just don't know if there's going to be any initiative right now. With how they're posted up, I'm thinking...
Save.
I'm thinking this isn't going to be a round that ever formulates past this 5v3.
Kind of starting to smell like it. 15 seconds. They don't seem to be moving much of a muscle. So it seems like 9Z going to be content to take this down to the wire. They would not have much to work with if they didn't save these guns here. But it means the utility is going to be desperate. There's going to be precious little to work with. AKs can be retrieved, upgrades to be had. 1 round now is all that separates Liquid from overtime. 9Z opened this series with overtime on Nuke. Perhaps only fitting if we close it with overtime on D2.
I'd like more of this as well, man. Dust2 delivering. We got a battle of just endurance at this point. It's been a long series here. Martinez doesn't take the shot this time around, waiting for someone to peek around that corner. wary of any of the gimmicks that Liquid might throw their way to try and lock this round in.
What kind of gimmicks do we have right now? Cadian set up with skulls. Oh, Nap ahead of the lurk smoke. This could be a cheeky one. But to test it, he's going to get his toes tickled, but he's out and away. Thanks him for the free massage, and you know what? Never mind, he's out.
It debates out a Molotov at the very least of that B-side utility, so putting a little bit of pressure without having to sacrifice too much is always very nice.
Skulls, speaking of pressure, he's about to be under it. If he sticks around after the smoke fade, I'll re-smoke up. Utility behind it.
Deep molly.
They know he's here.
That's, again, a full belt of utility that he would need to hold catwalk that he no longer has, really, at this point.
And they've left him alone. I mean, there's long presence. That nade is good. Now there's very little to actually stall this out when the hit does come through. Cadian's rotating back in. Has some support nadage. But nothing for the choke point. It's going to be a hit. It's very late, 30 seconds. They're just going to bet it all on this. Time is ticking down, and 9Z need to commit one way or another, but they're throwing a little bit of a fake, a little bit of a feint, and it seems like this might not be the first read. No, they're falling off. They're in towards mid. There's the drop down. They're trying to make the play towards B. The smoke is up. The choke point's here, and now Nap realizes alarm bells are ringing. Twist, this is not the gun you want for this fight. You gotta snap around. He's been overwhelmed. The bomb's going to go down. This could be it. They bet it all, and the bet's paying off. YEKINDAR and Skulls have to do so much work just to get back into position to make this retake a possibility. Max still in spawn. Guasha Peak holding court out the window, and this window might just be slamming shut. The approach back in. They'll get to the lip. The choke points. Tunnels. Control still underway. They just need to get on the stick, and they'll never get past the choke. 9Z have made it to the playoffs at the Intel Extreme Masters Dallas 2024. They will be playing in front of the crowd at the 100th IEM through the upper bracket. 2 wins on day 1 and celebrations